let's do this. Let's get into it, boys.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day in the Gamerhood, a beautiful day for my gamers.
Sharpen my pencil.
Would you be one? Could you be one? Zadabad's plunder, but don't despair. This colony's breeding great robbers. Would you be one? Could you be one? If the 80% mortality rate works for you, for a few bucks a month you can sign up and have the Hobbs kill you. So let's make the most of another Sunday. Brew up some coffee and play it my way. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my gamers? Won't you be? Won't you please, please won't you be my gamers?
Hey everybody, welcome to Mr. Hobbs' Gamerhood. Tonight I am your game master, Jason Hobbs, and we are going to be playing Old School Essentials. You guys aren't on yet, so show that later when you come on. Old School Essentials, the classic tome by Necrotic Gnome, that's right, Gavin Norman and Necrotic Gnome. And we are going to be playing none other than legendary Kalmatta, based on the fantastic Hexcrawl product, Treasure Vaults of Zadabad. All right, you can't have a game without players. Well, let's head over to the tabletop and meet our players. All right, our caller tonight is Nick from Down Under. Nick, introduce yourself and talk about your character. Oh, Nick froze. You're muted, Nick.
Everybody, my name is still Nick. My regular character is hanging out with pink lizards, so I'm playing a new character tonight, Inyala, the Inkosan, I think, Reaver, and he has heard tales of a strange bird-headed statue that is keen to investigate.
Must see the bird-headed statue. All right, Gabriel.
Hey guys, Gabriel here. Glad to be back playing Kalmatta. I'm playing the Spaniard. He's a third level dwarf. And like I said, glad to be back.
Third level dwarf, what the hell? How is that even possible? Brian.
Hey everybody, happy to be back playing the Son of Crowbar. This is my second time out with Son of Crowbar, so I probably won't make it through the session.
Is that almost a record for the Crowbar family? Justin.
Hey, I am Justin. I am playing Yul Batara, the Halfling. She is the sister of a slain PC, another slain PC, and she is dusting off her battle axe to head out with these fellas on the quest that they are partaking in.
I don't know if I prefer slain PC or fallen, or I don't know. You know, it's a tough one.
Tragically murdered by another PC. No. But she's from the Grey Waste, right? Like that's the halfling area. She hails from distant lands.
Awesome. All right, so there's our characters. If you don't know what Kalmatta is, you're gonna have to watch a different edition, because I don't know if we're gonna go into all that, because we got some veteran players here. They don't need the oh geez. I'm already struggling, you guys. They don't need all the details of what Kalmatta is. It's really an old school essentials, sandbox, open table, West Marches type of campaign. And this is the 61st recorded. I don't know how many other ones are before that, but it's probably a lot. So the first thing we do is maybe Nick should tell us what our plan. Oh, we already did. We had it looking for a bird-headed statue, apparently. What episode was that from?
So episode 59, actually two of our current compatriots, so Son of Crowbar and the Spaniard, were part of an expedition. In brief, they sailed south and came across some bird people and seemed to accidentally released some sort of giant science fantasy bird. But in the distance, they spotted a strange bird-headed statue. So so obviously, rumors of this have spread, and Inyala wants them to follow up and see what riches and mysteries are obviously there.
Nice. So after you were saying that, I was trying to figure out what in the hell you were even talking about, and I rewatched that episode. So now my mind, I'm straight on it. In short, Mr. Higgs and company landed. They found some natives, and they interact with them. Mr. Higgs charming one of them, and they basically asked you guys to help them clear out their hunting ground where they apparently hunt giant ibis and eat them. And they had some sort of yearly ritual or something going on, and they couldn't because this cloud of birds was over top of this ruined settlement. And I mean, I don't even know why I'm telling you all what the recap is, but anyhow, they basically asked you guys to help them out. They did, but when you were walking down, someone asked if they knew anything else about the area, and he mentioned you can see two mountaintops from this area, and there's a mountain pass that's guarded by specters of warriors of a fallen battle. And on he said along the other side, he said there's a giant bird statue, and that's what you're talking. They couldn't see it; they could see the mountain that it's on somewhere. So that's what you're headed for tonight.
Excellent.
And let's head to the Rip Inn. Almost everything is named or decided by the players. So if it has a bad name, it's some player's fault. All right, so this is what you guys got. The dudes in here are man-at-arms. These are leveled NPCs, and all of these are PCs that have played in this game, or their personal henchmen. So it looks like we got the Spaniard, and I probably have to move it this way. Put it back here. Who's in front her? Oh, Inyala has approached some people. Inyala, is there anybody here you want to hire?
Are we? I'm not on the map of the.
You're not?
No.
Yeah, we're still in Sindanor.
I see
gotta just
really
scroll. Just
good
scroll down.
There we go.
blackness.
Cool.
All right. So the number of dots, as I recall, is their equipment. Inyala is going to approach Ulma and offer her a gold piece a day with a 2 gold piece signing bonus.
All righty. So some of these guys don't have dots because they were in the last adventure and I didn't give them dots back. Which I will find out quickly what they do have. Yeah, not very much. Oh, I remember this from the session the last time this guy showed up. We'll see if he gets involved. So I'll give him 2 dots.
Oh yeah, that's right. I have the
spear and leather. All right. Perfect. Oh, yeah, okay. So how much you offering her, you said? So the going rate is normally, what, 1 gold piece a day for men-at-arms and 3 gold pieces a day for demi-humans. So you're offering, tell me what you're offering again. Sorry, I was sleeping.
No, you're good. 1 gold piece a day with a 2 gold piece signing bonus and the opportunity to be the first in Sindanor to uncover the secrets of the bird-headed man statue.
That sounds interesting for sure. Let's see your, I'll give you a +1. Ooh, that's a 6, so not complete, I don't think. Let's see if I can read this thing. It's kind of dark over here. I might need some more lighting. Okay, so a +1 gives you a 6, which is, you can renegotiate if you wish. So it's interesting, but she's busy with her chainmail armor and light crossbow at her side. I am a follower of law. If only you were a man of law, then most certainly I would be interested. That's funny, isn't it?
You know, I didn't do that this time. My
I
man
know.
of law is a big lizard.
I know, that's why it's funny.
Ah.
I'm a woman of law, actually, because this is a
woman
woman.
of law. No, I'm an Inkosan Reaver, and I march to the beat of my own drum. She can wait for a man of law or a halfling of law in the future. Who's next?
What do we got? It looks like Yule. Yule, do you want to hire anyone?
Who's a magic user? Is it Thela or Thala?
Mm-hmm.
I'll approach her.
That works a little differently when you try to hire leveled characters. So you have to give them a portion of your
Treasure.
anything that
Do
you
we
can
have a
get.
wizard?
No.
I'm going to try and hire her. I'll give her a portion of my treasure for that.
And your XP, I think. Is that the way it works? Does anybody remember?
A third of treasure and XP.
A third.
A third, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It'd be worth it to survive.
All right. So what are you going to offer?
Let's do the third, and then I will offer her an additional $2 gold a day if she'll take it.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and roll, and I'll give you a +1. She says that she is an expert of the Rodashan culture.
Oh, I remember. Who was a Rodashan? Was that Thaddeus?
No, nobody is a Rodashan. They're the lost elves.
Yeah.
We saw a bunch of Rodashan stuff once.
So you roll 2d6. There's a thing on your character sheet that says reaction, but just roll one more d6, and then we'll just do it. All right, 7. I gave
My
you a
adjustment for charisma is 1.
Oh, so that's still that's a 9. So there you go. That is a success.
Excellent.
Takes me a little longer because I don't have a mouse for this laptop. And I do the GM stuff on the laptop now to try and save stuff. Save space or save bandwidth or whatever. It's a sad day. It's possible. So she's down there. You should be able to move her. All right.
Great. Thanks.
Son of Crowbar.
Son of Crowbar definitely wants a porter, but I'll also try to get a man-at-arms too.
So while we're at the man-at-arms section, do you want to go for that first?
Yes.
Who do you want to talk to?
Son of Crowbar will go over to this Gurn character. Has no dots.
He's a dwarf, so his going rate is a little higher.
I'm not interested in the dwarf. How about Rags?
Rag up there? Rag, okay.
Yeah.
What are you going to offer him?
I'll get his food, 2 gold pieces a day, week up front. And if I need to buy him a couple things, like a spear and a shield, I'll definitely do that for him. Oh, and he doesn't have to go on the front.
Okay. All right. So you said 2 gold a day?
Yeah, up front for a week.
All right. Yeah, we'll give you a +2. Go ahead and roll.
Here, where's my character sheet?
I do not know.
What do I do with it? I thought I had it open. Oh, I was resetting because I was getting nothing but black. My bad.
Yeah, sometimes I have to do that too.
Should still be here somewhere. Where's my character sheet? There he is. Look at me go.
You're on top
I've done this before.
Did you add the bonus that I told you to, or no?
Of course not.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's a success. So Reg will go with you. At the end here, I'll tell you all what their statistics are and such.
All right.
And what
And I gotta
equipment they
buy him
have.
some food.
Yeah, you have to pay for his food regardless, yeah.
All right.
All right, let's move on to the Spaniard.
Okay. Let's try this fellow dwarf, Gurn.
All right, Gurn it is.
What
What do
does he?
Oh,
What equipment does he has?
he has a chainmail and shield, and he's wearing a pair of heavy leather gloves. He bears a warhammer at his side, and a spear is cocked at the table next to him.
Great. Okay. So what's his standard rate?
3 gold pieces a day.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna double his rate. That's my offer.
6 gold pieces a day. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. He says
Because
that's-
he's gonna have to fight with me on the front. He's gonna go.
on the front lines. I don't think he's concerned about that. He
Okay.
So go ahead and make a roll +2. We'll
That
give you.
is.
That's a lot of cash. Yeah, he's down.
Okay. Burn. Cool.
I just don't really. I'm not sure how I possibly lost the mouse for this laptop, but it was confusing because I had 2 mice I was working with, one for my computer and then one for the other. But
Maybe your cat ate it.
it's possible. It is possible. All right, we're back to Nick and not Phelan.
Inyala will approach Dolgaz with the same offer of a gold piece a day and 2 GP signing bonus. And hopefully there's more mercenary minded. Here we go. Where's my reaction roll?
Yeah, I'll give you a +1 again. Let's go.
Let's go.
That's a no. You're screwed. And that is screwed, it looks like. So a 6, it means that he was absolutely not interested. Now, you could renegotiate with the other one. If you so
Homa.
Homa, yeah, you can renegotiate. She didn't stop, but this guy's like, absolutely no way.
Abe, do you have?
Awesome.
Does the Spaniard have enough for a boat? 'Cause I'm out
Yeah.
for the boat if I do this. Do we want someone else?
No. I got it covered.
Does it look like
All right.
Nick has a dungeon on that thing behind him when he leans back? Lean back in your chair, Nick. Does it looks like a cave map on the. No, not on your. Yeah, over there.
Yeah, it does.
I'm like, ooh, playing some D&D with the kids right there. I like it.
I'm doing some. I'll be mapping as we go. I will. Yeah, all right. So I will offer her the same a gold piece a day, but 4 gold piece signing bonus.
All right. Yeah. So you can go ahead and roll again at a +2. All right, there you go.
There it is.
Yeah.
Homa has got some shit. Whoa, what the hell's going on? Where are you? I'm really terrible at the mouse thing too, by the way. About the laptop switcheroo-y thingy. You guys are gonna get sick of hearing me complain about this, I bet. I'm already sick of it. All right, that's back to the beginning. Yulbara, are you happy with Thela the Wizardess?
What are her spells and her stats?
No, I mean, do you
And
want to
so-
hire anyone else before we get to that? I'm going to do them all at once.
So I have an NPC. Nick does. Brian
Does.
does. Okay, I think I'm good. Plus, I have the dog, so
All
it was
right.
proved to be quite the powerhouse on many occasions.
That's right. Son of Crowbar. Are you still wanting to hire a porter?
We're at 8 characters, so that covers one boat. So, unless we're gonna go in 2 boats just for one porter, I guess not.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So you're happy as well, Spaniard?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So let's, I'll give you the statistics on these people. I'll try to go left to right, maybe. All right. So that means Son of Crowbar, you're first with Reg. Reg is hit point 6, AC 5, chain and shield.
All right.
He's got
That's awesome.
tattooed eyelids.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Nice.
I think they're tattoos of eyes.
Yes.
So even when he's sleeping, he's looking at you. Oi! I'm the best guardsman around, eh? Even when I'm sleeping, I can see.
Perfect.
All right. He's got a hand axe and a dagger. Were you going to buy him a spear?
I think I'm gonna get him a backpack and a spear. So the answer to that question is yes.
All righty. All right, and that means we're up to Thela. Thela, the Rodashan expert. She has 4 hit points, AC 9.
So 4 hit points, AC 9. What's her THAC0? 19.
Sure. First level wizard.
And do I need to know her hit dice or anything?
Her hit points are, well, no, she's first level. So
Okay.
she's got Eldritch
that's-
Missile,
Eldritch Missile, nice.
which is basically a magic missile.
Yeah.
Intelligence 14, though. You might want to write that down.
Yes, I will get that.
So I think she can cast 2 spells, is what that means.
Okay. So 14. So she's got
Homa.
2 missiles.
You ready?
Man of law. Yep.
AC 4, hit points 5, light crossbow, dagger, chainmail, and shield.
I will buy her a spear.
What the heck you got going on over there, Gabriel? I can't tell if it's you, actually. I don't know who it is. Someone's loud, though. Like with the...
Hear it too.
Let me see if it's me.
Gabriel, I think. Might be a connection or something. But I will tell you what Gurn has while you're trying to figure it out, just to make it even more fun.
Like a fan, maybe.
He's got hit point 6, AC 2, Warhammer Spear,
AC 2.
Chainmail, and Shield. He's got a dex of 17.
Dude.
How many hit points, sorry?
6.
Got it.
He wears a pair of heavy leather gloves. Do you see I got Don's Adventure up here on the bookshelf next to me in good display, Gabe?
See, where are we? Oh, I was on the settings, sorry. Nice.
Yeah, boy. Sunshroud.
Nice.
Yeah, boy. Anyway, we got everything out. Is that it? Is that all we got to do here?
Let's go.
Is that everybody?
I think
All right.
I'm good.
Are we in marching order?
Hang
on.
Ready. Hang on. You son of a biscuit.
All right. Yeah, I think we're probably pretty close to. We've got skills there.
I'll have. Where is it?
Wanna Yul Batara, are you happy there?
I am. Can I have control of Odessi? Hobbs? Please.
Wonder why you don't. That's weird. You could just put Odessi like on top of your token.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna. That sounds good to me. All right.
So you can put Reg up if there.
James Richards asked if this is streaming.
Who did?
I forgot to ask you if you turned on the recording.
No. But it is streaming. Right? Yeah, you guys are on Twitch watching it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That records it anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'll export it over. I'll export it to YouTube.
I can go check Twitch real quick.
I'm watching it now.
Sure.
We're there.
Okay, so yeah, good.
We're on Twitch talking about whether we're on Twitch.
Oh, was someone on Discord
In the
asking about
Discord.
it? Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No problem.
Should have been specific, I guess.
Tell him to go to Twitch
good,
right
buddy.
now, that son of a biscuit. Oh, he's playing in a game or something, maybe, I think.
All
I'll do it right now on the Twitch TV.
Control C. All right, I have them copied. All right, so here we go. We're in Kalmatta. Let me get my handy dandy dice out here. I got my 24-sider for the time or time of day.
Time of death.
All right, and I got my 6-sider for number of turns. And my 12-sider for movement points. All right, this is going to be fun. All right, so I believe the way I usually do it is I think these fishermen could almost retire from fishing because they make way more money renting their boat out. So I think what I've been doing is you just make, Gabe, since you're trying to hire them, you just make a reaction roll, and depending on what your reaction roll is, that's how much it costs.
Oh, okay.
I'm
The
such a
grumpy
nice
dwarf.
GM. Whoa. Oh, what's going
Grumpy
on here?
dwarf.
I
Your
just
boat.
realized- I just realized they can't see our dice. Better find the dice for everybody to see.
Uh-oh.
That ain't fun. Boom. Here we go. All right. All right.
Or roll a 7.
That's a success. So that is going to cost you 4 gold pieces a day for the boat. But the boat can travel pretty fast, so that's not a huge cost or anything like that. Let's head over to the hex map. All right, so this is a 1 mile per hex. It is a 1 mile rendition of the 6 mile hex from Treasure Vaults of Zadabad, which is where the name Kalmatta came from. It's not me. I don't have an affinity for olives, as some might say. But we'll use this guy as your boat. Unless there's
Yeah,
already
no.
one down there. And the place that I think you guys are wanting to go is not that far away, really. In the scheme of things.
5165.
Yeah. Which, right down here. So the two mountains that I was talking about previously, that's the northern one and that's the southern one. Alrighty,
Right.
sound good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's open up some stuff here.
So it's one hex a day.
Oh no. This thing will, you'll be able to travel there in a half a day because the boat.
Oh,
can,
okay.
The boat can go pretty darn fast. This is something I should have looked up ahead of time, but it was a strange day, players. A strange day.
I know, right?
Index of spells.
Bling, bling.
50. Oh, it's almost right on there. 50. We are basically in a coastal waters in a small watership, I think.
These foul-mouthed sailors.
Did I just say the F-er? I'm out of it, guys. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Oh my god. I can barely read
rusty.
this print. I'm totally rusty.
This is like game rust.
Like a tin roof. Rusty.
Like that rusty nail and play more Kalmatta.
We're all going to need tetanus shots after this session.
I hope so. Didn't we figure... I feel like we figured this out before. Oh, here we
Every
go.
time.
90,
Every time.
120 is... Is it every time?
Every time.
Write it down.
Like, still,
Worst
I still
GM
can't
ever.
remember.
So even if it's, say, like a long ship or a sailing boat... Sailing boat... Sailing
You sound like you've been to the
120.
point where the word sounds stupid. You just keep saying it over and over.
Sailing boat.
Like,
Boat. 120,
baby room. No.
which is like 24 miles in a day. So you're only going, whoa, what the? You're only going
About half a day.
12, like it's a half day for you to get there, yeah.
Okay.
So let's see if anything happens.
Always.
Nothing's ever happened fun in the water before, has it?
I was just thinking, we're gonna get like toppled and TPK'd in like the boat on the way to this
That
thing.
water hydra.
That's
Yeah.
never happened.
Right.
A lot of
no
fun
such
stuff.
thing as a big hairy sea bug.
Big hairy sea boat.
I forgot to open up the whatchamajiggers. Encounter tables. Here we go. Here they are. I had them open before, but when I had to reboot, I had lost them.
Oh, good,
Kalmatta
buddy.
Exploration XLS. Here we go.
Womp womp.
So let's see here. So are you ordering them to stay close to the coast, or are you heading out into Plague Bay at all? What's the thought process there?
Okay, let's set the course here. Like, we can do something.
Okay.
Yes.
So definitely staying along the coast.
Yeah.
I'm going to go post this over on Necrotic Gnome, too.
Sounds good to me.
See if I can drag in some of Gavin's minions.
I don't know if we want any minions around. That sounds scary.
I'll post it on my page.
We are getting some people that are starting to come around. First time chat from viewer. Epic Works Illustrator. Have you never been on the Twitch before?
I have, but I had to change my account.
Oh, okay. You started over. Or
Yeah, I started
got in
over.
trouble or something. I see.
No, I killed my last one because I had a bunch of stuff up there I didn't want to put up.
All right. Well, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I just started over.
I like it. Oh, yeah. I forgot I can do this. All right. So obviously something happened. And I am looking around. It's always the fun part when something happens because then we get to see what that possibly was.
That's it.
Whoa.
Thank you.
You are
All
not
right, here we go. What's that?
I said you are not excused.
Oh, dang. Oh, dang.
Uh-oh.
So Inyala, because she's a Inkosan Reaver, she will be standing high up on the prow, javelin at the ready.
And how many javelins do you have?
Oh, that reminds me. I have a thing for us. We're on a sailboat.
That cackle was frightening.
Wait till you meet Son of Crowbar's mouth.
Oh boy.
It's bleep every other word.
Well, maybe he'll go very well then.
Yeah, he didn't permanently get killed last time.
Just semi-permanently.
You've just got to make 3 sessions, and the next generation has lived a longer life than the first.
Not just historically in Kalmatta, they've had a lot of great looking thieves, but all of them seem to last 3 sessions. Then it's
We're all
Narder.
getting back. We're all
Lasted
we're
a
all
while.
coming back.
Oh, yeah. Narder.
I don't remember that one.
Did he not survive coming
pre-
back from the people?
No. Unfortunately, he succumbed to his weird goating that Gabriel's responsible for.
Now he's
During the
not
charity
there.
session. He's like, oh, they should run into weird goats. All right, buddy.
Not there.
All right, this is what
They
we
had
are doing.
To Goldie.
It did.
So yeah, there's usually 2 guys. We'll use this guy here. Since you only have 1 boat.
Should have put an NPC on the second boat and used it as a decoy so that we could have made it down there and then NPC would have
I
killed.
like it.
You got to think Kalmatta like when you're here.
Really? All right.
Yes.
Pirates.
Uh-oh. And a giant red dog.
Hey, it's
I haven't got
Phelan.
rid of those guys yet.
That's my halfling.
So you guys are over here. So that's the boat you're on. It's being piloted by Maltworm there.
Nice. How is Stu? I haven't seen him in a long time.
Pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I see him every Monday. Yeah,
Oh, right.
we are
Good.
playing in another of Aaron's work games.
Oh, good. Cool.
Yep.
I've been gaming with the same like little group of guys like for a while in both Forlorn Shores and Aaron's game.
Mm.
Do you want us to arrange our guys on the boat?
I do indeed.
I think Odessi, Yulbatara, and Thala will be in the middle. I like your token, man. That the Spaniard's token is awesome.
It's a miniature.
Little
I'm
miniature.
from- Yeah, I don't know where I got it. Somewhere in the internet.
You've had this character for quite a while, so it doesn't
I
surprise
was
me.
saying for Tales of the Spaniard for quite some time.
Tales of the Spaniard. We don't even know what his real name is.
That is a full boat.
So as you guys are moving down along Plague Bay, right as you're kind of coming out around that jut, you happen to see another larger ship coming from the other side. And Maltworm curses. He says, "Curses! Pirates!"
How much larger are we talking here? Is it like a galley, like all those banks of oars, or?
Oh my God, all these people showed up recently. Hey, Jaeger Fury, that blue is so dark I can't even tell. Yes, there's a ton of black boxes still. And WizBiz here. You should have been here earlier, man. You would have played. All right, what's your question, Nick?
Yeah, how much bigger? Are we talking like a big galley with like heaps of kind of oars rowing and slaves and the whole
Easily
ship,
the second,
or-
it's easily double the size of the ship you're on. It's like a small cog where you're just on a small sailing boat.
Let's try to get closer to the coast. Where the
I'll kinda
water is shallower.
I'll flip us over and I'll show you kind of where we are so you can tell what's going on a little bit.
Yeah, and are they coming towards us, or?
Oops, sorry,
Yeah.
wrong map.
Oops.
I love these maps you have.
Glad that you love them. Thank you. Thank you for saying so. They are nice. Most of my maps are done by Gabriel Picard, is what I say. Pickard is what some people say, but I say Gabriel Picard. All right, so this is about where we are, is right here. And you guys are in this boat. Oh. Can you guys control this boat right here?
No,
No.
That one? No?
Give it to Gabe because he's paying for it.
Don't tell me what to do, Nick.
But I'm the caller.
All right, there we go. There's your boat, Gabe, and I'm pretty sure I can find another boat. Here we go. This is not perfect, but it's what's close, and that's what we're going to use. How do I change this? Like this? Yes, I'm getting good at this, you guys. It's like I've almost been running this game for a while. Whoa, I just moved something that I shouldn't have. Control Z. That's what happens when I get cocky, y'all.
The wrong side of us.
Yeah, it's like I said, you guys are coming down the coast, and as you started to round it, it kind of rounds in this direction. And it's
Does it look?
go ahead.
Sorry, does it look like they've seen us? I mean, I suppose it's sort of several miles away. We wouldn't be able to tell, would we?
I don't know if you're several miles. Why don't we roll to see? We'll roll.
distance.
Yeah. How far away? And do we know anything about these pirates? Like, have we heard rumors or anything? I mean, are they?
So you would say they probably are about a quarter mile distance from you right now. So you guys are closer than that. There's always been rumors about. I mean, I think some of the other players might have some rumors about certain things, but this particular ship. Why don't you guys roll an intelligence check? Jaeger Fury sounds familiar. I feel like I should know who Jaeger Fury is, but I don't off the top of my head. So remind me in the chat if you want, buddy. Oh,
Yes, I'm thinking too. Partly
you guys have did you? What map are you guys on?
the main Kalmatta map.
Oh wow, it hasn't changed. Fucking goat man.
Maybe they'll join us.
This must be. It must be one of the players, right?
There it is. There we go.
I hate those bastards.
I totally remember Jaeger Fury, but that name, but I can't now off the top of my head place who it is. People and all their damn handles. God. All right.
Oh, dude, her Constitution's 7. I forgot about that.
Otherwise, she wouldn't have lost that leg.
Yeah. My characters have like really bad Constitution.
All right. So, what do you guys want to do? Maltworm is uncertain, and he's like, "Oh, it's a black flag, but the skull has horns on it. It definitely gives an intimidating demonic feel."
Oh, chaos.
I got a success on an intelligence check. Do we know anything about the?
All right, so some of the different you guys have heard of Anthras slavers wandering around the bay. You've also heard of a ghost ship that once chased some adventurers into an inlet. For this particular thing, let's see what you guys know. What the hell? I went to a pirate generator and it said you had to put your name in it and then it would make a pirate name out of it. So I just put Gabriel in there. He goes, "Your old name be Gabriel, but we'll now call you quadriplegic Ronnie Blythe." I'm like, what? Jeez. This is terrible. Do not go to this website, people.
Ronnie Blythe.
All right. So, but the Spaniard has actually heard of this guy. Where's the damn chat? I don't even know. Oh, now it's time to eat some slavers, buddy. You're going to be on the opposite end of the slavering. All right, so his name is Ronablith. And he sounds like he is. I don't even remember my own campaign. All I can think of is Midland stuff because that's what I've been running lately. He is from Argos. The rumor is that he treks or he hates spellcasters, cuts off their hands, and because he was turned away at the Tower of Magus. And he attempted to start a new group called the Tricornicus.
Oh yeah. Not the Conicus.
No, the Tricornicus.
Tricornicus.
Yeah, but he was kicked out of the Temple of Magi, and now he hates mages. And when I'm assuming that the Spaniard is like rolling this off to all the people. You're saying this, letting the other guys know, Gabriel?
Yes, and I tell I'm going to steer for shallow waters.
So you're headed towards the coast?
Is there an inlet that we can maybe hide in? We've got as much smaller or a reef that would ground them.
Well, you guys do know of that ruin that's only a couple miles north of you. That there is an inlet there. If anyone remembers what that is, or you know there's a ruin there, it's possible there could be something there.
Anyone have the journal open?
You may be able to run away all the way back to Sindanar, but I mean the larger ship has more sails, so it's possible it's going to be faster.
But we could go shallower, right? They can't. They can't go where. Yeah.
They just shoot arrows at you. Fila is devastated when she hears this news. She laughs out loud at the idea of any Tower of Magi known as the Tricornicus, but learning what this pirate does to spellcasters certainly has her feathers in a ruffle.
What do you think, Spaniard? What would it be? I mean, would it be too reckless to try and sail past them, but like really keeping to the shallows?
Yeah, that was my idea.
Yeah, I reckon we'd do it.
Yep.
All right, so it sounds like you guys are trying to get Maltworm to do something very specific here, which is to... So it was about midday when you ran into these guys. You've been going for about half the half day, so mid-morning really, right? So 7... It would be just after 1, 13... Let me see this. So just to let everybody know, this is what we're rolling here. Let's see here. Oh, I don't know if it's going to go. Basically, these are the sweet-ass dice from Kickstarter by my buddy, David Beatty. So these are the sweet Weird Frontiers dice, DCC dice. Pretty awesome looking. Like
Jason, since Inyala is a Reaver, could she add some of her... Oh. There go the dice.
There they go. Did you hear that? Go ahead. Sorry, Nick.
Since Inyala is a Reaver, could she add some of her oceaneering experience to helping to pull off this epic feat?
I think so. As a Reaver, that means in my particular really poor skill system, it means you don't have to roll 2d20 at disadvantage. You just roll, or I mean, do you even are you like shoving Maltworm out of the way and just taking over? Or are you a nice Reaver or what? What's the story here?
Is that what a nice Reaver does?
I don't know. I'm asking you. It's up to you, man.
Oh man, I'm happy to shove. No, she's like kind of. She steps in here with her kind of her captainly, an air of command, and she's like, I have no idea about anything nautical, but she's like, lower this sail and adjust this, and yeah, and we want to go between those two coral reefs. You see where the fish are. The fish up there and the fish over there indicate shallow water. We're going to go through that and we're going to wreck them. That's what she's doing.
All right, I like it. So why don't you? So it sounds like you're trying to lead. So why don't you make a? You can charisma. Do you have any modifiers for charisma or wisdom?
Oh, wisdom. Yeah, I do.
Right.
Big swells.
So why don't you just make a wisdom check? Roll a d20 under your wisdom. The higher you are without going over, the price is right, bitch. So that's what we play here.
Out of here.
All right, that's pretty good. So I'm going to roll. Whoa, what happened to that? All right, it just disappeared for a second. Nice. All right, so the Bora Bora tribe. Oh, God. Sometimes this game is so bad. I don't even know why you guys play it. The shit I do is so ridiculous. All right, let's see what this other guy does. What's he trying to do? All right. So you hear from this other ship, Roblith shouts out, and his voice seems to echo ominously across the suddenly still waters of the Plague Bay. I ain't coming for you, bitch! I'll have those hands! And Thela is all upset, but with the expert techniques of Inyala, Maltworm starts to move the boat. But so you guys, it takes a little while as he moves through these. You're in trouble. As you move through the reefs along the coast of Kalmatta, you do spot an inlet up the coast about 1.5 miles or so, and you can just see like heavy moss and vines hanging down, but it is kind of hooded, and you know that you could move in there if you'd like.
Thumbs up or down. I'm talking quietly because I woke the baby.
Oh no!
With my Reba talk.
Yeah, Yule's like a landlubber for sure. Like she has no experience with the ocean and is freaked out a little bit by the fact that we're in this situation. So she's like, as wherever we can get to that where we're not out on the ocean like this.
I'm kind of tempted to still push right past them. What do you think, Spaniard and Crowbar?
You're bleeping nuts. Let's land.
Like knuckling the railing.
Does the boat has oars as the sail?
The sailboat or the other one?
Yeah. Oh, our boat.
No. I would have to have
No?
some oars, probably.
Maybe we can just
Sure.
get
Sure.
to the oars and to more speed and try to bypass them like
And
like
Inyala's-
Inyala says.
Oh shit!
then
I think
Inyala's-
I just found it.
and Inyala's gonna stand up so the other captain can see her really clearly, and she's gonna show him that she still has her hands, and then she's gonna show him something really unsavory, which I won't repeat on the camera.
Hooters?
As we go, with her hands.
Woo! All right. They're terrible and unsavory. This is a weird game. All
All
right.
hands on bleeping deck.
Let's see. This is an old map, and I don't know if the dynamic lighting would work exactly. But you do get a bit of. It doesn't seem like. So basically, kind of go in right, and there's a cliff face here that kind of sinks back as the water is lapped against it, and you can even see on the side like different where the tides might be different. You can see different striations on the cliff wall of the island, but there's some low hanging vines, and there's like a kind of a cave that almost looks like an amphitheater that moves into the back where you can move in past all this coral and stuff that you're at. But Maltworm is like, we usually steer clear of this months ago, or even maybe longer. Maybe he says years ago. Time in Kalmatta gets compressed and adjusts sometimes because I don't remember what's happened or what hasn't happened. But anyway, he basically is saying at one point some creature laired here, but he believes it was killed. So he seems a little concerned about heading in there.
A slain creature is nothing to fear. Word. Those pirates, though, might have your hands.
If we're lucky, and if it's alive, maybe it'll cause more trouble for them than it will for us.
Press
All
on.
right. I should probably make a note of this new dread captain. What time is it? It's 9:03. What time did we start? We didn't start till 8, did we? How late can you guys go?
Some Saturdays, so
What's that?
I can keep going.
Okay. I didn't say we're ending. What I was asking was if we wanted to take a break or what.
Oh,
I'm good to keep going, but
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Let me write this down so I don't forget then. This is what happens when I'm making all this up as we go, guys. And you know how consistent I am in these games.
That bird-headed statue, that I wasn't here for that session. Is that in that's somewhere between those two peaks? Is that what the deal is? Or it's
We don't know much more than that. Yeah, it was from session 59.
That's just
We're just seen at a distance. Other than that, there's lots of bird-related stuff down there.
Right in here.
Right in there. So those big mountains are just signifiers of where you want to go.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. So as you guys kind of slip into this cove, you can hear the shouts of Captain Roblith, the dread pirate and hand stealer, shouting at you guys, but he doesn't come too close. And even their words seem a little garbled. Did you have are you timing out here or what's happening?
I'm showing him my hands.
Oh, nice. So,
are they? Do we see? Do we see if they are lowering any smaller boats to come after us, or?
At this point, it looks like they haven't lowered any boats, but they have lowered the anchor.
Sleeping anchor lowering pirates.
That does sound like a curse.
Is anyone interested in the cave? I mean, I say we keep going, but happy to stop at the cave. It seems interesting too.
Are you continuing north up to back to Sindanor, or are you going to just hide out in this cove, or what's the plan?
I thought we were going to go past them.
Yeah, if we see they lower the anchor, we can take advantage of that and.
But you'll know that that boat is probably faster than your boat. They could shadow you. Or I should actually look that up. I might just be making that up to add tension. And all the actual sailors are out there. That's stupid. There's no way that boat would be faster.
I think our thinking was to go past them, but so close to the coast that they couldn't.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was, unless I'm. Gabe, was that your thinking too? That was
that's what I'm thinking to take advantage of the shallow water, so they can. Yeah. I mean, they can follow us, but at a distance, and if we land, let's land where we are going. After us. Hey.
So Thomas Richards was in the session with the bird wizard and statue.
Yeah. He was.
Cool.
So were Son of Crowbar and Spaniard. They were both there too.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Higgs, but he didn't make it.
I remember the tribe people giving us token, but I don't remember the thing about the bird, sci-fi birds.
Is Jaeger Fury Jesus, Vanishing Tower Press? Is it J? Do you guys know? I feel like it's J.
No idea.
But I don't remember.
Oh.
I feel like it is. I'm good at this. All right, so that means that you guys are going to try and sneak by. I think they do have some ballista that they could probably fire at you. Scorpions, probably.
We're a small target. Very difficult to hit a small moving target like that.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to this map that you guys are on. So it was my idea that you guys had headed north, so we'll just have to say that the wind took you there, or when you moved up there, that was the way to get past. So right on 5456 is where you see... No, 5456 is where the cave was. See where that ruin is on the map?
Oh, okay.
That's where I thought you guys had gone, because I made a mistake, but we're just going to say that when you did do that, then that one guy went up, and now you guys had a move that you could sneak past them. But if they so desire, they can try to hit you guys with some scorpion and try and thunk into your boat. What you may wonder is why do they even care what this small sailing craft has in some ways, because they're just pirates, right? They're not slavers or anything. It's not like you guys probably have a ton of treasure or anything like that. But for whatever reason, this pirate is an a-hole, apparently. And his reaction roll was rolled very high, and he must be mad this morning. He hasn't taken any hands lately.
We'll totally trust you, Inyala.
The idea is to take advantage of the. I believe it's our boat is more maneuverable than the bigger boat, and the shallow waters. So try to.
All right. So what I did is I gave you guys double. Oh, I'll roll it on the thing because I gave you like double disadvantage, and he still would have hit when I rolled my dice. But those dice are killer. I'll roll in here.
I hit you, so I'll roll again.
Well, I usually roll out so you can see, so everybody knows. So I'm taking the lowest of these. All right. Yeah, so they fire some scorpions at you guys, and it splashes up the water around you. As you're trying to move, you can see the boat, and there are some like angry-looking pirates of all the different cultures of the emergent empires of the known world. Seems to have been gathered by this dread hand-taking pirate.
As we're passing them, GM Hobbs, do we get close enough that maybe if I see the captain, I can try to take a shot at him with my short bow, or is there too far away?
They're too far away at this point. That's why these scorpions can get there, but not. I kind of thought that you guys would hope not to be in arrow range from them either.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. So that's why all they're doing is these scorpions, which have a much larger range that they can fire at you. So I'm basically going to do this 3 times, and that's it. I'm always taking the lowest one, though. Okay. From your expert maneuvering, it was 6. Otherwise, you guys would have been hit. And this is the last one to add some more tension. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, okay. A 1. All right. So now it seems like something has happened, and you guys have moved past the dread pirate.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I won't forget this. His angry screams echo across Plague Bay.
And Inyala will shout back, "Good! Never should you forget the name of Inyala the Reaver."
Alrighty. I like it.
The son of Crowbar would say he's living in his bleeping head. Bleep him.
Bunch of sons of bitches.
Bleeping pirate boat anyway.
All right. Good work. And now we head farther along the coast. But it did put you guys out a few hours. So by the time you reach it, it is well into evening.
Excellent.
Nice. Okay.
Oh yeah, we made it.
I can't remember. Is there like remember how in some of the places we explore in the other Hexcrawl, it gets more dangerous the further we go in certain areas? I forget if that's like that here. If it's just all kind of like it's kind of a mixed bag.
It's all bad.
That's all bad.
It's all bad. There's no rhyme or reason to Kalmatta.
In a really, really good way.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's all easy.
So we pull our boat up onto the beach. It's evening.
Yep.
We set camp here.
Okay.
We will.
So basically, as you can see, there's kind of the mountain edges up off of the bay to the northeast of you. And there's kind of some scrubby hills with a bit of brush edging along the lower areas of the mountain. Where you are now is kind of a savanna. At high tide, though, the water of the Plague Bay washes in and makes it kind of damp and swampy. So you do want to stay here?
Is it high tide?
Yeah. It's wet here right now.
No, I think we should get to dry land, right?
Let's get to the playground. Like here. Or
Foothills.
yeah, here.
What kind of landscape is that?
Which?
The hills with the little
With the balloons?
olives.
That's like shrublands.
Shrublands.
You want to head south, right, for the bird statue? The general direction.
We can go here and then go down.
Yeah. Well, south.
Just not
east,
to,
yeah.
You'll
just not to catch the high tide.
Okay. We're gonna move to 5266.
Hold it 1 second.
Is that the choice?
Really racking up the random encounters today.
Nice.
Oh, what's that? That's the bird
Yes.
statue.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can see from where you, I'm assuming you guys are moving to 5266, right? Oh, you guys probably want to, let me grab that.
Another, yeah, the backpack.
Yeah, the backpack. Oh, shit.
There you go. Got
There
it.
is. All right, good.
Ye old backpack.
All right, so from this elevated area, you can see most of that mist has dissipated. That the Spaniard has been here before, and so has the Son of Crowbar, right? And you look down there, what you can see is in the marshy waters of the high tide, there's some ruins that are around amongst the hummocks of dry land in a coombe that is below you. There was a lot about the coombe. I don't know if you remember last time, but I looked up and I've never even heard of a coombe before, but this is now called the Coombe of Matata. No, I'm just kidding about that part.
The Coombe of Baya.
You've totally just lost all your privileges for the night.
Bullshit. That's funny stuff right there.
That is funny. That's crazy. That's bad. All right.
Oh, I call it the Coombe of the Imperial Ruins because that is what Aurora called it. All right. So, what do you want to do? It's getting towards darkness. So if you would have actually went to the northern one, no one's ever been in that hex before. That would have been an explored hex, or been a traveled through hex. But
Cool.
I didn't know if you guys remembered that.
Mm.
You're
Oh,
muted, Nick, if you're trying to talk to us.
We'd like to set up camp, and I think given what we've heard and what us know about all the bird things around here, we probably want to find some sort of cover from above, is my thinking, and the sort of camp that we want to set up.
Well, you know that they had a camp that was a little higher elevation than where you are right now that you could try to seek out.
Let's do that.
All right.
He knows the way.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's using it at this point, but you do find like an old camp because they had mentioned using it for some years because every year they come to this area for some sort of ritual. So you find the camp that's in the lee of the mountains there. And it's not necessarily from above. There's no caves or anything here, but maybe it's enough with the jungle foliage and such around this area.
Cool.
So you guys set up camp?
Yep.
All right,
Yes,
nice.
please.
So you guys rest, and as usual, I make up what the what the rounds are for the watches for the night, and nothing happens. So everyone mark off rations for themselves and their retainers. And what are we going to do now?
Okay, so we are going to head.
So this is
South.
what I will, since you have some of the player characters that were here, basically we're talking about, like I said, this mountain here, which kind of encompasses a pretty large area. You can see where the arrow's going, right? Or no?
Mhm.
Yes.
And then there's this mountain here that is fairly large in areas around it. So basically he kind of pointed in this direction towards the pass when he mentioned the specters guarding the pass. And he pointed at this area, maybe the western side of the mountain, when he mentioned the bird statue.
Cool.
Let's head directly south then. Can I move the token? Is that okay? Is that the most efficient way of doing this?
Sure, go for it, bro.
We can aim for the mountain and find it on our way.
Yep.
Just not to get lost, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go southeast, you mean?
Mhm.
I was going to go southeast.
Yeah, we're gonna go south first. Yeah, that's
I don't know how to. There we go. That was difficult. More difficult than it should have been. All right, let me mark an explored hex. So, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Exploration activities.
All right, 3. Which I think.
This is exciting.
I hope so.
This is awesome. Awesome. Good to be back.
All right, so as you guys traveling, you can, like I say, you can see the mountains, basically elevation lowering in front of you, and this is kind of like a savanna area that you've walked down into. So it's kind of a level, high grasses with the occasional upside down type tree or something. What are those called? Do you guys know?
Boabs?
Yep.
Canyon?
Borab. Yeah. That's the one I'm thinking of. I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
Like hang out in the water.
Mm-hmm.
So we might go one more south, I think.
Okay,
and then
so
start.
on Savannah, it's like you guys are not hardly even using any movement points at all. It's pretty easy travel.
I'll keep moving.
okay.
Yes.
Go.
Hey! Ow. Goddamn cat. Sneak attack. I just had an encounter with a cat. All right. So
Leopard.
She bites for 1d4.
Poison.
Poison.
Fear inciting attack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a first level wizards.
all right.
Yes, look at all these hexes we're clearing, or at least exploring. That's cool.
Oh yeah, man. You guys are on top of it. 1, 2, 3. So,
Yes.
and you're still in the early morning. As you guys are moving through this area and looking around, on the hill. You've moved into the hills now, so you're out of the savannah, but it's still kind of like a rolling sort of hill. There's hills to your to the east of you, and you can see both of those mountaintops coming down around you. So you're pretty sure that the pass is likely. Here, let's leave you in that hex because I'm not. We got some shit to talk about here.
Okay.
Oops, wrong button. There we go. And you're kind of moving along a path in between some hills, and you find the remnants of a structure where you are now. No, in the hex you're right now. Yeah, where you are right now. 5267, I believe.
5368.
5368. I was wrong on both parts. Oh, that's because I keep looking at the map. Oh yeah, it doesn't want to show up on. You guys are like edging into the middle. This is crazy. So, you guys want to look around here? Like, I guess what I'll do is, I think I have a. Oh, shit. All right. I got to get your characters again.
Not to speak for the party, but I think we would look around.
It's not every day that you see, ruins in the jungle, and it usually signifies a past civilization, which seems even more prolific than you might expect in most places. But for whatever reason, Kalmatta seems to breed this sort of thing. And usually, this is where the treasures lie.
Usually they're in the guts of a big hairy bug that we killed.
You keep saying that, but I don't even remember that even happening. One time, maybe. Jeez. I'm just kidding.
Big hairy bug. It's a term that's gonna catch one day.
What's it gonna catch though? That's my question.
Crowbar, son of Crowbar.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Nice.
So you guys see the structure. You're kind of up on a hill as you're moving through. You can see there's some sort of game trail that you're almost nearing. And then you can see that large block of Cyclopean stone up on the nearby hill up here.
Ooh, been a while since I've been amongst the palm trees and jungle landscape.
The maps are so cool
Alright.
here.
Well, Inyala definitely would be interested in checking this out.
Mm-hmm. And if I remember right too, there are a bunch of like halfling ruins around here, weirdo, like the ancient halflings or something. I found their ruins like kind of flecked throughout the areas that we've explored too.
In different areas, yep, for sure.
So Son of Crowbar will say, wait here for a bleeping second. I'm just gonna go scout up ahead real quick. I'm gonna go try to jump up on this big rock and see what I can see, GM Hobbs.
Alrighty, well, let's see what you can see.
To get a crowbar eye view of the whole thing.
You see a few pieces of ruins about. The large block there, it looks like there's some kind of tumbled pillar that was here. Maybe the bits of a wall right there. See that in
Got
there?
it. Yes, sir.
And then there's also some sort of stone and such over here. It looks like the trail kind of moves this way.
All right. I'll climb down off the rock and go back and report. There's some sort of well-used trail, and there's remnants of a much larger structure.
Could you tell what culture, Rhodeshan or Anthros or anything that we're familiar with?
Yeah, does Thela know anything about this stuff?
Crowbar just said sleep. Let's just go over there and look.
Yeah, she definitely wants to go and find out.
All right, let's do it. We just move as a marching order, or the alternative is we could move some
We can.
ranged folk up here to kind of be ready to fire down.
Ooh, this give me flashbacks.
Spaniard?
I was thinking that we can kind of split and go here and here. Like some come down this way, some come down this way.
Okay.
In 2 columns. Just an idea.
Yeah, split up your columns and see what happens.
All right. Let's do it.
You could just move like the half people away from the other group. And then are they just split down the middle there, or what?
Yeah, like something. I can move everyone. Sorry. And the top 4 goes.
The north side, and then the bottom 4 go
the
the
north
other way.
side, the bottom 4. Yeah.
All right, that's what I assumed you would say. All right, so everything seems to be going famously until there might be a problem. As the group approaches, the Spaniard is leading Inyala and Yulbara and the Son of Crow. So it's like all the player characters and go one way, and all the NPCs go the other way. So
Do we want to do that?
too late. Which team has the least luck here? And it looks like
I'm going to say Yulbatara would stay with Thela, at least.
well, it was already kind of decided.
You picked the perfect time to walk away.
Basically, the Spaniard said, "Hey, let's go like this," and maybe someone said, "All right, Gurn, protect the woman or something." Master tactician. Anyway, it's not going to matter.
Hit big hairy bug.
Because
It's
when
gonna hit you anyway.
when that top
I hate
group
these things.
moved along, it looks like there's a massive pit, and
I hate these.
the Spaniard didn't trigger it, and neither did Inyala, but it's a massive pit. It's like 15 by 15 and about 15 feet deep with some punji sticks in the bottom. And
I forgot these things. I hate these things.
so
The worst.
basically everyone is in that group, so that all 4 of those characters make a dex check to see if you can get out of there.
Okay. This is the one joy of being the thief. Bang.
All right, the Spaniard succeeds, Inyala. Success. Yule? Uh-oh. I imagine her dex isn't that good.
Oh, it's 14.
Oh, she can get around with that. Oh, no.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, this is exactly how her brother died, falling into a pit.
Like brother, like sister.
I fell into a spike pit. All right,
Are you-
so what about your dog?
Right.
Just roll a 20. Now roll 3d6. All right, 12. Need a 12 or less. All right, you got it. So the dog jumps to the side with everyone else. So move the bottom 4 guys, down to this area here. Everyone else you can just kind of place around here. Put Yule in the... She's having visions of her brother. She didn't even know it, and then suddenly, aye!
Yeah.
So down in here, you can see that there's like some large. In fact, it might have been that the dog was being a little weird, and so that's why Yule didn't notice it when everyone else did and started to jump away, because you can see that there's dried blood down here, like they maybe try to catch large game in this massive trap. That's what it's for. And this does make a bit of a ruckus, a bit of a fracas.
Fracasses.
Fracassus of Anasis. So if we were playing 5e, what would we have done here? We would have rolled some passive perception to see if you guys would have spotted these.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
that's
what
kind of what they
happens?
would do. You know, checking for traps and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We,
played
we,
5e
we saved
like
half
5
the
times.
party.
Yeah, we saved half the party. We were doing really good. Way to be an optimist, Gabe.
Gabe does it right. He knows what's up.
All right. The dog's still moving around. That's what's important.
Everyone at the Gamerhood knows how much he likes his dogs. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to do something here. Here we go. Nope, that's not going to do it.
I seem to recall for some reason that Thela was lawful.
Yeah.
I don't know why I remember that. Yeah, I don't know why I remember that. But anyway, regardless, Holma will keep an eye on her for Yule while she's down there.
Cool.
I think we talked about having a rope, so at least we can lower her a rope.
I got
She's gonna take some damage, unfortunately.
Yep.
And some unusual figures come out.
Oh, that's
Tiger.
great.
Thundercats.
Oh,
Awesome.
That's perfect.
yeah. So there are some long-lived feline figured anthropomorphic individuals bearing spears and jungle attire. So some new creatures that you haven't really seen before burst out of the foliage. Slightly surprised. All right, so Yule Batara. I'm going to roll some damage here and make a saving throw versus death to see if when she falls she can not fall. Does she have a shield?
I think she does, actually.
You could. So basically, what's going to happen is you're going to take damage from the fall, and then if you land on the spikes, you're going to take damage from the spikes. So
Yeah, she does have
okay.
a bullwood.
A what?
Bullwood shield.
Nice. What's that?
I don't know what that means. I don't know. You said it was made of bullwood when I got it.
I like it. Bullwood special. So with the special bullwood shield, what I want you to do is make a saving throw versus death, and she can try and not land on the spikes. But if you fail it, then you could sacrifice your shield to not have the spikes puncture you. But otherwise, you could maybe use it to save yourself from the ground.
I'm pretty sure there was a Kalmatta session where a bullwood fell into a pit and died. He was an NPC.
Oh, yeah, there's a character named Bullwood. That's it. It's Bullwood.
Not anymore.
Shield. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess true, Inyala. I mean, it could be that too. We'll see.
Yeah, so make a saving throw. All right, success. So basically, she shifted around, or maybe her wooden leg actually saved her by hitting one of the spikes. So she's just going to take damage from the fall. So it's going to be... I'm going to roll 3d6, but we drop the highest, okay? Wait, that's not right. That's too many. 15 feet would only be 1.5. So we'll roll 2d6 here. All right, so it doesn't matter. You only take 2 points of damage from the fall, and then you only have to take half of one of those, so you only take 1 point. So basically, I think she just kind of slides down the side, dodges all of the spikes, and is pretty safe.
Halflings are tough.
Yeah, that's awesome. Wow, that could.
I
That
thought
was
she was dead. Yeah, I thought she was dead. But
Can you see the irony? All right. It's kind of sour and bitter. All right, so yeah, we'll crawl out.
All right, so basically we're going to have to roll initiative because this is when these other creatures kind of burst out of hiding.
Simultaneous. Oh, no. We haven't rolled yet.
All right, Nick is starting in the foxhole. I like it.
I just read we got so hammered by the. I was like, what?
Who did?
Nick was saying we got so
These pet traps. We were assaulting a Sylvan fortress, and we just got hammered by them, man.
These aren't the same ones, though. It seems cruder.
Hang on, I think that's my bleeping going on here.
Oh, I don't hear anything.
I'm sorry, but bleeping is son of Crowbar's word.
Nice. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Group 1 or 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so these guys kind of split up. All right, only 2 of these guys.
It's copyright infringement.
Your royalty.
Yeah,
Two
pay up.
Send me a cease and have your lawyer send me a cease and desist.
I know, right?
All right, they spring forward and jab at Gurn. They have tails coming down up under beneath their Tarzan pants, snapping back and forth. Very similar to a feline if you're familiar with them. They attack Gurn. Does he have a spear?
Yeah, he has a spear.
All right, so I usually give you first strike if you have a spear, because they'd have to pass through. Well, you guys both have spears, but theirs are kind of like short jabbing spears. They're not necessarily the same as what you have. So Gurn can go ahead and attack.
Okay. Oh.
All right, he misses.
They move too fast.
So they move by batting his spear out of the way. Strike with their... What the hell? My number lock ain't working, you son of a... Boom. All right, misses. All right, the rest of them... What the shit is going on here? Man, my back is sore. This is bad news. This is bad news, y'all. So I'm not going to give Spaniard first. I don't know. Were you going to try to help Yule, or what were you going to do? I guess would be the question.
Son of Crowbar has a rope.
All right.
So he's gonna try to put himself between.
Oh, is he? Well, you didn't get to move. They moved before you.
I know.
Yeah, so you can't move.
I got a Gizarm. So,
Oh yeah. You got a long ass.
become, yeah.
Gizarm
if
of
they get
lightning.
near-
Oh no, but you didn't make it a Gizarm. You made it into a handheld weapon. Remember, like into an axe.
Change.
I just watched the video.
Yeah.
You wanted it to be a handheld axe instead of a spear. So basically, a couple of these guys, they strike out at Yule, and the other one will attack the Spaniard. They were trying to take advantage of Yule being like a
Down in the pit.
a fish in the barrel. Yeah. Oh, one of them strikes Yule, it looks like. 3 points of damage. Movement.
Oof. Wow, she has 1 HP, folks.
You could use this shield to block, to sunder against that attack if you want to, but you don't need to. It's up to you.
Holmer yells to Thela to fall back.
Bullwood. Yeah, I'm gonna sack it. Don't I have to do that before though? Like damages? No. Okay.
It's
Thela, are you
before
gonna
anything
fall
else
back?
happens. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll sack that Bullwood shield.
Holma, so you're in charge of Thela down there too. So we kind of have a two-sided attack here.
Excellent. She'll do a magic missile.
All right.
Rich missile.
There we
It
go.
should be there. Actually, it should move. Guess it doesn't matter because it hits no matter what.
Do we get to move 6 in chainmail?
No, 4.
All right. Eggs is booking it away from there and back to the main party.
Odessi charges this
Okay.
one and leaps in a flurry of gnashing teeth.
Is Ilyana doing anything? Inyala?
Yeah, she probably can't get round.
Can Yule use her
Yeah.
sling from there?
Sure.
Yeah, she'll back up a little bit to get some extra space.
So Inyala will have a javelin ready to go over the Spaniard in missile.
Okay. All right, so missiles.
Righty.
Son of
She gets-
Crowbar.
+1 because she's a halfling.
Go for it.
So she gets. Oh wow, she gets +3. Okay. All right, she hits AC 6.
That's a hit.
Okay, 1 damage.
Attacking the one directly in front of me across the pit.
That
Go
one.
ahead.
Well,
Yep.
Inyala would be the same one. She hits AC 3.
The one in the middle or the one next to the... Yeah, you don't want to do the one next to the Spaniard because you can...
Yeah, one. Yeah, so it'd be the one in the middle. So it hits AC 3 for 3 with her javelin.
And that's the same one Son of Crowbar hit, right?
the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
So what happens with this one when Son of Crowbar finishes it off with the arrow?
It's a very, very well placed shot. Right in the right, almost in the throat, but a little bit below that. Total center mass.
Ryan, does it tumble cinematically forward into the pit?
Landing on the pick trap with a squeal like a cat?
I don't think so. Any momentum it had was just stopped immediately from all our ranged attacks, and it falls where it is.
All
Enough.
right, in a slump.
Slumping.
Tail
fall.
twitches twice more, then falls limp. Or should
It's
I
TV
say
pun.
limpid. All right, nice. So I
Odessi?
think... Oh, yeah, Odessi, go for it.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Any attacks?
Go ahead, Spaniard. Or we can... Yeah, let's finish off this top...
Magic missile, right?
Oh, magic. Yeah, that should have gone before the dog, but go for it. 9 misses from the AC 9.
All right, D4, right? Or is it D6 for this?
Don't know. Might be D6 plus 1.
That's what I'm thinking too. 4 damage to this guy right there.
Gurn should already attack
Yep,
because
D6 plus 1. Which one?
Yep. 4 damage to the one in front of Gurn.
Okay. Alrighty. The Gurn attack.
Turn attack first because he had the spear.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Attack before.
What about Holna? Oh, nat 20. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
2 points of damage. Wonderful. The real long shot. Welcome to the Gamerhood. Welcome back, sir. Good to see you.
Hey, what's up?
All right, so that is round 1 is complete. Yolbara is the people who were, threatening her with spears no longer doing it. Odessi is trying to finish him off. Reg sprinting over. They seem like they have already realized they've bitten off more than they can chew. And you guys can tell that you've never heard of these creatures before. I don't think no one's ever experienced seeing them before, right?
Mm-mm.
Seems like it might be a new sort of creature to be found in the jungles of Kalmatta. But those of you that are familiar with felines at all normally know that they keep themselves quite clean, where these are not clean. They seem kind of like their fur is matted, and you can see that their ribs are very visible. So whatever is being used in this trap, you don't believe that it's them. Like they look like they're a little worse for the wear. All right.
Got it.
Initiative. It looks like Nick sucked it up as the initiative. So let's see who's up next. Where it looks like we'll go up. Gabriel. This was your brilliant plan to spit the party. So. Let's roll for initiative, sir.
Hey.
Beat a 4. No, you rolled a 4. I rolled a 2.
Yeah.
So movement for our heroes.
Rag will continue to move.
Yule is going to, or not Yule. Thela will move forward just a little.
Anyone else moving?
Inyala's got a spear, so she doesn't need to.
Man, how'd the Spaniard make it through that little area?
Oh, I was here. Oh, okay.
Because I mean, if wait, no, that dude's dead. Okay, see what's happening is this isn't always keeping up. There we go. I think you can move around that guy if you want to. I was thinking the one in the middle was still alive at the screen I was looking at because the red X didn't come through.
Oh, that's okay.
That's why.
If Inyala has a spear, okay. Can attack from.
Inyala has 2 spears.
She has.
Here it comes.
Here it comes. So she has. A Roman legion could carry 3 javelins, quite little, and she has a spear. But the javelin she carries under her shield, and then she has the spear.
All right, if they're javelins, I'll give it a go this time. But I was about to flip the fuck out.
I knew. Right. When I logged on, I saw when I made this character way back like 10 months ago, I give her 10 javelins. And I looked at it, I thought, what was I thinking? I must have forgotten what game. Anyway, so I put it down to 3.
And she probably has a bow.
Yeah. I don't think so. I was very well behaved.
I can tell. All right. Missiles.
Yule will her sling.
What do you? Because if you sling into melee,
oh, it's -4.
Yeah, you choose either -4 and you won't hit anyone, or it's straight up and you you will hit someone if you don't do the -4. Yeah.
We'll do a -4. She gets a +3, so it's
all right. Well, that sounds wonderful.
Oh man.
Misses. See, it's a good thing because I think it's like on a 1, 2, 3, or 4 you hit someone, so you would have. All right.
Crowbar will target this one.
You taking the -4 or?
Yes, I am.
All right. Nice, Sam. There's a candle on your microwave, Justin.
Yeah, I know.
Good.
That's what, AC 9?
Yeah, misses. Melee?
Okay.
Oh. Yala and the Spaniard.
Okay, Spaniard.
I've got Rag.
AC 1 for 7 damage.
Ooh.
That is definitely a hit.
And fuck, I meant to say her magic missile, but we'll do that. She
Oh,
need
no, this
range.
roll with Jason. This weapon roll damage with advantage, right?
Whatever it says. I mean, you must know that I have very extensive notes, completely organized, in every magic item or anything I've ever said or I've given out. I have total notes of all of it. So you better not be wrong, or it'll come back to haunt you.
Did the Spaniard kill that one, or is it still standing?
Oh, how much did you do?
7.
7.
That is not enough to kill it.
All right.
It fights
Come on,
on.
Inyala.
They are pretty quick and live, even though they seem like they're not everything they could be. Is it everyone else attacking or no?
Thiela's going to use her
Oh.
magic on this.
And Holma
Good.
is going to attack down there.
Oh, 2 damage.
Holma.
Roll a 14.
Holma is awesome.
Yes, she is.
How much damage?
1 damage, though.
Not that awesome.
And the Spern did
He's
also
quick,
1
but
damage.
not strong.
All right, so these creatures literally move away from combat just as you hear a bellowing coming from nearby somewhere. It's kind of echoing around.
Mhm.
Do we get parting attacks?
No, because they withdrew.
They're not. Okay, good.
And as they move away, something appears nearby.
This is awesome.
Big giant
Kinda-
bug with
He's like, it's something is slumped over. It kind of straightens as it comes out of like some foliage that was hanging over a cliff.
Wow.
Why does that look familiar?
I don't know.
It looks familiar.
What you do know.
But I do know.
So in that corner, there was a hidden cave below that large monument, and this massive, huge creature, massive, just thick with muscle and thew and anger. And he's like opens his mouth and yells, "Ah!" And you can just see the spittle fly out, and all of the feline, the ocelotl people flee from it. It seems like they've been under the thumb of this creature for some time. In his hand, he carries a club, but in his other hand, a length of chain, and he pulls it. And a couple more of these ocelotls are pulled out behind him. Oops, wrong button.
Is this thing anyway similar to the thing in the black pool? Or just in size?
Similar in size, and maybe whatever was in the black pool was something similar to this in life. So these ocelotls that he pulls out, they're actually like kind of leaning over because they're dressed in chains all around them. and their hands have been severed and replaced with blades.
Wow.
We want to get this thing. We want to get this thing into the pit.
Yeah. Without me.
Tangle it up, and get it in the pit.
She
What a bleeping thoughtful idea.
to Son of Crowbar. Do you have rope?
I will attempt to lower my next. No,
When is
I'm not going to do anything.
I think it's initiative right now, actually. And Gabriel won last time.
Okay. Rolling.
The tension is powerful. No.
Nice.
Good work.
Nice.
All right. Missiles.
Would Son of Crowbar know that he can try to kneel down and reach his arms down and try to pull out Yule?
It's about 15 feet.
So there's no way I can really help her without rope. Son of Crowbar will start to target the big thing.
You don't have
any
any
movement first.
Yeah, it's movement first.
Okay.
So,
Gabriel's like, I'm out of here.
Oh, shit. Foot.
Inyala calls out, "Pit! Use the pit!" So we're gonna fall back.
You hear Yule yell, "Throw me some rope!"
Oh, how far can you move? Like 4 squares.
Who?
Gurn.
Yeah, so if you're in metal armor, 20 feet.
Buddy.
If you have no treasure.
Yeah, he has 20 feet. Yeah, he can get here. But he has a rope, so he's gonna grab a rope and move towards the Spaniard. And the Spaniard's gonna grab one end of the other.
All right, tell me that again.
So Gurn's gonna move forward towards the Spaniard.
I'm going to get rid of this token.
Yeah, probably, James.
And the Spaniard's gonna get one end of the rope Gurn has, so the rope between them. The idea is to try to trip the big guy if he comes forward.
All right, Palmer will come up and join.
Go to this battlefield.
Son of Crowbar will note that and say, "That's a great bleeping plan. I'll cover you from up here."
So you guys are just standing there with the rope, hoping he trips over it when he comes forward, lumbers forward. Ooh.
I need to climb out.
Well, if you do that, maybe Inyala will be a decoy. And so the plan is, it doesn't really work with these combat rules, does it? To jump away. Tell me so the thinking here is, so they've got
Already actions.
There's no ready action, so we couldn't have them set up the rope and Inyala waiting, and then spring to the side as this thing comes charging for her.
Sure. We can, basically we'll do that kind of outside of the combat rules because you're not really trying to attack the creature. You're really more trying to trap it or something, use a trap on it, right? So that's what we would do.
And Inyala steps forward and starts calling out a war cry and really taunting this thing to come right at her.
Okay. Is anyone doing any missiles?
And she do that, or is that pushing it?
No, that's fine.
Can you do that too?
Son of Crowbar,
You can shoot him, Crowbar, so he goes forward.
Can Son of Crowbar see through this bush to target this?
Yeah, and those things, now that other creature is out, they don't seem happy about it, but they have their reserves have been returned, so they're not
You'll use her dagger or axe or something to like as a climbing agent somehow to help her climb out of this thing.
Oh yeah, I think so. So like a thief could probably scamper out fairly easily, but it is a made to hold stuff in here, but not actually like men, right? It's made to hold animals. It seems like. So I think if you make a dex check, if you succeed within 3 of your dex, you'll be able to get out this turn. If you fail, then you won't be able to move. But if you next turn, you'll be out if you succeed. Like, what's your dex basically?
14.
14. So you need if you roll an 11 to 14, you'll be out. But if you roll 11 or less, you'll be out next round. But if it's a failure, then you couldn't get purchased to get out. Okay.
Okay.
So it's either right away, 1 round, or 2 rounds. That's how long it takes. So a 19. So it's going to take you 2 rounds to get out. This is the first round.
Okay.
I shoot over the heads of these comrades at this big creature without the -4.
Yeah, he's huge. So, but what happens is if you roll a 1, you'll hit a comrade.
I'll take the risk.
Okay. You're muted.
Wait, what is his AC?
Who, the big guy?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. Am I supposed
Shooting
to know
at the
something
big
like that?
guy.
Am I supposed to know that?
I hit AC
buddy.
4.
Yeah, buddy. That's what I say. Trying to steal my lines, you mother trucker.
Line stealers.
Oh, brother. That's all right. It makes me feel like I'm important. Like after my Midlands games, Steve likes to give me my lines back to me, which cracks me up. His AC is a 5, actually.
Oh no! So the javelin obviously doesn't penetrate the big.
Yeah, it just kind of
It'll be
bounces
hard.
off his blubbery lard. He seems like he's massive though, but that definitely hits. Oh, I forgot what I rolled. I rolled his hit points here.
Good aim, crowbar.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, nice. No melee then, right?
I don't think so.
Darla's just taunting and getting ready to go through his legs as he comes over and through the.
So he bellows out a laugh as the javelin kind of bounces off of him, and he like grabs hard and pulls on the chain. Rah! And these guys are launched towards you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they come flying through the air with the blades of bone strapped onto their hands. Their tails straight out behind them, ears laid back, whiskers twitching, flying through the air towards you guys.
It was horrible.
It's too much, man. All right, they're going to attack. I'm going to roll 2d3. All right, 3 and 1. So Gurn, they must not like dwarves. They come down and whoosh, straight at him like ocelotolines.
That's the best made up word of the day.
Oh, all right. So that is a 17 on the Spaniard.
SAC.
It's a 0.
And my video's on.
Huh? Oh. He's like, I didn't get hit. I'm leaving.
You guys got this.
You've got this.
8 points of damage, Spaniard.
Ouch. Okay.
A lot.
Jeez.
Gurn, he has AC 2.
They miss Gurn.
They miss Gurn. Okay.
Oh, I better look that up. That's a good idea. Oh yeah, they missed him. Oh no, they missed. All right. So so they go launching up there, and he goes.
So
You know
Scatters
what I
these
just
guys. What?
My rag has a spear. You could try to help. You'll grab it and pull. That would definitely be next round.
And so these swarm Horna, and the big guy comes forward with this club. So it looks like it's kind of like a massive bone of some kind of creature sharpened up to like into some sort of one-handed battle axe. He comes down, the chain wrapped around his other hand.
She does have a spear, so she'd get to strike.
Yeah,
she
sure.
can. Yep. Here we go. Come on, Holber. This is it. What's that? Is she 19 or 20 normal woman at arms?
They're level 0.
Not going to hit either way. It's not going to hit either way. It's got to hit
damage?
AC 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to hit. Not going to hit.
Oh, it's not?
But he's AC 5, right?
AC, yeah, AC 5, yep. So it scrapes off like the blob as he comes in. Comes down with this massive axe. Oh, 5. That still might hit. I better check. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So dirt and grass explodes up around her as he like knocks the spear away, and he actually just ignores the spear as it kind of just like scrapes a line across him, but he just ignores it as he smashes this bone axe into the ground nearby. All right, nice. Oh, but these other ones are going to swarm her. What up, Rich? They all miss. One of them attacks. One of them attacks Odessi. Ooh, 14.
What is that? Odessi has
AC 3.
AC 6.
That's a hit. Odessi gets 1 point of damage. Tis me a scratch.
Yeah.
All right, the real long shot. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Hopefully I'll have these guys killed off in the next hour or so. Power.
Okay.
Certainly working at it.
Gurn and the Spaniard are gonna drop the.
You guys are like, oh, you son of a bitch. What's this?
Yeah.
Throwing ocelatines at us. That's not even fair.
Yeah.
This is
And Gurn's gonna attack the big guy.
Go for it, my man.
Rope plan didn't work.
Yeah. And
So don't forget, these guys are covered in these. They have like small links of chain all over. It's not perfect chainmail, but they're just like drooped with chains, and they don't even have forward paws. It's just bone scythe that is like coming off of their arms. You should see them eat. Oh, ow, oh, my whiskers.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, man.
All right. Like a hook horror almost, but it's on a ocelatine. All right, so that's a miss. Gabe's
It's
like,
all
I'm
of us,
out of
isn't
here. I think so. Rig's hiding back there too. Is he like ready to flee?
I thought he was lowering his spear down to try to help out Yule now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
If she's like half,
is this a new round?
It's about to be.
no.
Okay, yeah. He's trying to help Yule right now.
What'd you say, Gabe?
Fire has attack. AC 3 on this one.
Oh, that was Gurn. Was that on the big guy?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Gurn attacked the big guy.
One of the
missed,
chained.
and
One of the chain dudes.
he's attack on the chain dudes. Yeah,
Yeah. You don't like to say ocelatine? I don't think anyone else even gets it other than Brian. But I don't know. You get it?
I don't remember when this weapon deal electric damage. That's on a 20.
I don't know. What's it say? I need to read it. Is it on your character sheet?
Yeah, it is. I just have this. But I don't recall if the +6 is every time or it's just on a natural 20 or something like that.
No, I think it's every time.
Okay, so then it's 14 on this one.
The third level character with the 14 damage.
It is not dead.
Oh man.
Does the electricity runs through the chain back to the big guy?
It comes off of the Gizarum turned battle axe and just sparks off of those chains. Its back arches in pain. In the perfect Rob Halford. That's not Rob Halford. Who was that artist for the X-Men for a while who draw really small feet? Lie. Come on, help me out, Justin.
Jim Lee?
No, he was a good artist. I'm talking about Rob Liefeld. That's it. Rob Liefeld used to do the X-Men, and they all had giant hooters and really small feet. Anyway, all right, yeah. So Rob Liefeld, back arch with the chains hanging off of it. Nice. Is everyone done?
Oh yeah, God, yeah.
Did you just look him up?
Yeah, I haven't looked at this guy's stuff in a long time. He did stuff like Supreme and all that stuff, didn't he? Like,
Cable and he did quite a few. Blood.
I didn't like his stuff.
No, nobody did. That was the joke.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it, Gabe, but Jerry 247 is asking you about your shirt on the chat.
Oh.
Jerry 247 says, "Nice shirt, Gabe. Have you seen the Sons of Vecna?"
No, I have to check it out.
It's a band, actually, I think. Sons of Gygax is not a band. It's just a shirt. I don't know why he's not wearing his Hobbs and Friends shirt. That's BS.
The only son that matters is Son of Crowbar.
Oh, goodness.
The Sons of Crowbar shirt.
All right, let's roll for initiative. I think Gabe is still the master of initiative.
Come on, Gabe, one more time.
Beat a 6.
Oh, wrong person.
I was going to roll on the Twitch chat. Okay.
Do it. That'd be awesome.
Hey!
Yes. Oh! Simultaneous, I guess. Is anyone moving?
I love how everybody becomes the fawns when we roll like a 20 or
Everybody what?
becomes the fawns when you roll like a 20 or like a man.
Yeah, I like
it.
Yeah, boy.
I think.
Yeah, if she moves. She'll be fucked if she moves.
She can withdraw.
She can withdraw. Yeah, she can withdraw, but cannot attack if you withdraw.
How are we going to tie this thing up? Like, I'm wondering about jumping on the. Like pulling it. It's still alive, right? The thing that Gabe hit.
Yes. Is anyone else moving?
Rag moved in to make sure that he was close enough to get lower his spear down to help Yule.
If Yule can get out, she will.
Yeah, Yule's going to be out with that help.
Excellent. Can she do anything this round, or is that it?
Well, since he helped and didn't do anything combat wise, then I think that you just at the end of the round you got out, so you can do something this round.
Cool.
That would be like a half move or whatever, as long as you're not running around the rest of the battlefield, or you can throw shoot a sling or something like that.
Stand right there. Yeah.
Nobody else is moving.
Oh, Thela will move next to Yule.
Nice.
Yule will pass her sling.
She won't be able to use it.
Who, the wizard?
Right. Yeah. Wizards can't use slings.
She can't use a
Nothing
sling.
but daggers, aren't they?
Daggers, staves, yeah, darts. But I mean, they don't have darts in this game, so sorry, buddy.
Well, she'll give her a dagger then.
She probably has a dagger.
Maybe the Spaniard and Inyala can switch.
Okay.
We do that.
The son of
Spaniard-
Crowbar. Go ahead, Nick.
So Inyala would not be able to attack, otherwise she gets attacked.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's okay though, if that's what you want to do.
Is that do you really want to get in there? Is that what?
Yeah, that's
Spaniard's
okay.
yellowing out. All right, okay.
Yeah.
So Inyala goes defensive with her spear.
All right, and shifts out, and as you guys are adjusting, he goes "Rawr," and throws these dudes again. So Spaniard and Gorn can attack as they're flung across the pit.
Nice.
Whoa.
So Crowbar's gonna say, what's this one's name? Thelma?
Thela, yeah.
Thela.
Or Louise, your choice.
Bleep. Thela, in my bleeping pack, there's some oil. Spread it over that bush. Light it on fire so we can try to get out of here and survive. Bleep and bleep.
Spaniard,
Bleeping pit trap.
you can attack Spaniard if you want.
Yeah.
Fire.
Okay, I'm gonna
And so can
attack.
Gorn.
Bring down the big thing. That's our only chance, I think.
Let's
Yeah.
do this.
Oh,
AC minus.
nice hit. All right.
That is awesome.
Did you chop
Okay,
the one
if
you hit
it's-
last time or no?
Oh, I'm hitting the big guy.
Oh, you can't swing then. This was just an attack because they left your area of effect.
Oh, okay.
So you get a chance to
so-
when they're flying through the air, I guess.
So
Yep, because they
Shit.
left your area of effect and they weren't retreating, so you can
Okay.
attack them. It's just like they've fled, but it wasn't of their own volition.
so it's okay. It's with advantage. No, okay. It's that 6 plus 6. It's 12. The same guy that suffer.
Yeah, so basically, as he's flying through the air, sparks flash off the chain and go up to him, and the guy roars at you. The big guy, as the electricity flies around his hand and kind of sparks off.
Hook the corpse into the pit.
And Gurn attacks. Let's say AC 4.
4.
That hits.
He deals 3 more.
That guy's dead. That one's dead, but he can attack. He can hit the other one.
Yeah, he hits the other one.
How much did you do?
3.
3. Okay. All right. So like a limp corpse, still sparking, slams into Yule as she knocks it off of her shield, but the other one, massive bone scything hands come flying at Thela.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh God. Oh, only 3 points. How many does she have?
She has
Oh, I remember from the beginning. It was
I
4.
thought it was
Remember?
4.
no 4.
was
Oh,
4.
she does. Yeah,
Oh
she
my
does.
God, yeah. So if she
One
almost
point.
dives out of the way as the blades slash down her side, but
Lucky.
she's not out.
Mm-hmm.
So missiles.
Yeah, son of Crowbar.
Yeah, Yule's not gonna.
What's this guy doing? Right.
Attacking the
I
big
gotta
creature
move
again.
some. I gotta move some people too. Yeah.
With her fighting withdrawal.
Ah, shoot! Come on, girl. All right.
So you'll get that corpse into the pit, preferably spiked up.
Is anyone?
She's gonna try and defend.
That was the big
Feel
guy, Brian.
Oh, fair enough.
That was my missile attack on the big guy. Yes.
Okay.
How closely attached are those guys? The two of them.
They're not
the,
attached to each other at all.
Oh, got it. Okay, so if one falls in, it's not going to drag the other one in.
Mm-mm.
But they're attached to the big thing, right? Or is he just holding the chains?
He's holding chains, but
yeah,
they are wrapped
holding
around his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that's the go.
But they're not heavy enough to drag him down. Like he's lifting them up and throwing them bodily across a huge pit that's 10 feet
True.
across. So, I mean, I would imagine that he could just yank them right back up out of the pit.
Use him as a club.
Yeah.
All right, what are you guys going to do? Is anyone else
I
missing?
really want to use the pit.
No.
Withdrawn.
Okay.
All right, simultaneous. Let's go. Melee.
All right.
Okay,
So
Spaniard and Gurn. Attacking the
Yul
big guy.
whistles.
Go ahead, Yule. You can attack.
Yeah. With her battle axe for fort, so
Nice.
that
We can attack
Yeah.
too, Spaniard.
Thela will attack with her dagger.
It's
Ooh.
a miss.
Odessi will attack.
Oh,
14
it's a
only
miss.
hits AC 5, so that's a miss.
AC 5. Oh, for these guys?
Yeah, they're
The-
covered. They have their chains are all around them, making it difficult to
Oh,
hurt them.
geez. Oh, wait. Hang on. What's her strength? Oh, she gets a +2 to strength. She hits.
Okay.
Yeah, she hits. I was going to say, I know she gets a bonus. So that is...
Oh, this does count as a location.
D8 for that. 8 damage.
All right. What was this other D20? You rolled like 3 D20s?
Odessi and
oh, nice.
Thela. Yeah.
Oh, Thela is attacking as well?
Yeah, with her dagger. Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Nobody's doing very good right now. That thing is still
No.
alive.
Yeah. Gurn and the Spaniard fail.
All right. Is that everybody? Son of Crowbar, you already shot, right? Rag is... He can...
I did.
Rag can stab
Rag-
that guy. He missed.
Reg helped.
Oh, he
Duel
used,
out, I
yeah,
thought,
but that was last round.
spear.
So this round he can go ahead and stab that nearby Oslatine if he wants to.
Yeah, sure.
Ossaline.
It's a miss.
It is a miss. All right. So it looks like we got one is attacking. Oh, Yule. Here's the one on Yule. Misses. We have two attacks on Odessi. Ooh, a 13 and a 12. AC 4, AC 5. Are those hits?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Odessi's taking some damage this game. 8 points. Two attacks on Helma.
Oh.
Oop, one hit. 6 points.
I think that might be it. She can't sunder, as I recall.
No.
Look.
Oh, my liver. Stabbed from the side. Ugh.
Oh,
Oh.
And
Oh,
now,
5 hit points.
the Spaniard. This beast comes down with his massive bone axe. Oh, wham.
Oh my God.
ouch. Okay. Much. 10?
9 points of
How-
damage. He just has,
I-
it's advantage, yeah.
I'm gonna sunder my shield.
All right, so sticks into it and he wrenches it out and slaps the shield aside. Lets out a laugh.
Wow, Yule's 8 damage didn't kill that thing?
No.
Whoa. Holy crap.
Mm-mm. The last one took a 14 hit damage and didn't die in the first attack.
Nice.
Is it initiative time? Gabriel, we tied last time. Here we go again.
Come on, Gabriel. You can do it.
Oh, another 6. Are you rolling dice? What's happening over there, man? Jesus.
I know. Here we go.
Very
Anybody-
nice.
Anybody moving?
Yeah, I don't see why Son of Crowbar can't fall back a little more.
Anyone
Yeah,
reckon?
Hila will move. She's going to step back.
So if you can step back without doing anything else, and it's just a withdrawal, and
Yeah,
you
she
won't get an
withdraw.
attack on you.
Yep.
Uh,
And then Yule will step between the two.
Okay.
Rag will follow Yule over.
And Odessi will make a withdrawal here.
Okay.
what the hell? What I'm reckoning is Inyala is wearing plate mail and she has a shield and there's a dead body on the end of this thing's chain. And I reckon, so what she's going to do is she's going to jump. I can't see your video, Gabe, so I can't see what facial expression you're giving me. You're going to have to verbalize it. But she's gonna jump and kind of grab the chain and pull and presumably this thing's strong enough that it's gonna break her fall, right? And she's gonna drag the chain and try and bring it down into the or at least like hold its arm down so that Gabe can smash this thing.
I think that's the best plan ever.
I'm doing it.
Oh, man. All right.
All right. So yeah, you're just trying to grab onto that chain in between the two of you there, because it's
No.
No.
Yeah. No. So here's I'm the big ogre creature. He's got the chain across the pit with the corpse already. He's already
that's
that
what I was
way.
saying right there. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's got in between those two. You're gonna grab that chain.
Yeah, but she's gonna be hanging on with all her mailed weight to kind of make sure this thing can't move its arm, so that the Spaniard can carve it to pieces.
Okay. So I think let's make it like a contested strength check or something.
Oh, right. Yes, let's do that. That's not a good. I was really thinking about my dexterity, but never mind.
I just had a vision of Carrie Elwes fighting Andre the Giant, Princess Bride.
All right, so Inyala kind of grabs it and he just. I feel like he should do something awesome, but I don't know what he could do with all the creatures in between. But I feel like you're maybe like hanging off the chain over the pit now, right?
Well, that was the goal. The goal
Yeah.
was to kind of make it
Yeah.
difficult for him to lift his arm. So I'm like, yeah.
All right. Perfect. Nice. All right. So, anyone else? Where are we at here?
Gurn is gonna. Okay. Gurn is gonna attack, and the Spaniard's gonna drink a potion of speed.
Ooh, okay. Here we go.
Nice. Magic.
Just because there's no wizards here. I mean, other than Thela, who's just happy she didn't lose her hand.
Mm-hmm.
All
So
right.
I guess that's gonna allow me to attack twice.
All right. Perfect.
And- Master, I'm gonna attack for Gurn.
That hits
Big
you,
guy,
55.
that hits.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, 3 more on the big guy. Hey, come on.
Go ahead. Oh, did we not get to do something that we wanted to do? You can't shoot because you withdrew. Right, Brian?
I took a movement.
Yeah. Well, it gets to attack you if you move out of its range without withdrawing. So it either gets
Was I in range?
Yes, you were right next to it.
You're
Right
here,
where Odessi
yeah.
was, yeah. That's why I said, are you guys all withdrawing? Because otherwise it gets to attack you. You just can't attack this round, otherwise it gets to attack you. Up to you.
Well, it's too late now. I moved, but if I'd have known that, I wouldn't have moved. I would have continued to press my attack. But
Oh,
there
sorry.
it is. I have moved.
All right. Sorry about that.
All good.
All right. Is that all? Is that everybody?
I think so, aside from attacking.
Yeah.
Sorry, gang. We've
Melee.
got this. We've got
Melee.
this.
All right. Yule and her battle axe.
A lot of axes going on out here. If
Right.
you don't know, you better axe somebody.
And Odessi with his teeth.
Oh.
Nice. And
Odessi can't attack because he fled. He withdrew.
oh, he withdrew. Oh, he rolled a 20. Give me a break.
Sorry, man.
All right. So that's Yule for her damage. 6 damage.
6 damage. Oh, that thing is dead. All right. I'm just going to get rid
That
of
was
these dudes
cool.
now. All right, dead. Is that everybody?
Yep.
All right, so this dude laughs. Let's go of the chains. Inyala, tumbles into the pit.
No.
It would be really slow, right? Because
Yeah, she technically is holding on to that chain.
yeah, it'd be really slow because because there's still the body on the other side, kind of sliding. It's going to be like this gradual, like.
He's holding it tight. That's because you were holding it and I let go, and you're like, fall into the pit.
The pit man's blood.
Can I try and like?
I'm
Make
going to
a
be
dex
nice
save?
to you. I'll give you the same thing.
Give me
A
a
dex
dex
save not to fall into the pit. But if you do, then you get a save versus death not to hit the bungees and all that. Otherwise, you take 1.5 d6 damage plus bungees.
Those bungee sticks. Oh man, here we go.
I'm too nice. So Inyala saves. I wish it would have worked, man, but unfortunately for you, it didn't. Nice. All right, so that's cool because now these guys attack a prone Inyala.
Oh.
and the others rush up here.
Crap, I wish we had that bush on fire. They'd have just ran through a burning bush.
All right, nice.
You need like a lighter. You need something that's always on fire so that you just whip it out. And
That's my voice, my tongue, man. My tongue lashes like it's always on fire. All right, here we go. Inyala.
Oh.
Oh no.
Man.
God, how many hit points do I have? I don't even remember.
Spears.
Oh, no.
Stab. Only 4 points. I'm sure you're fine.
It's probably really pushing it to sunder my shield at this point, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, probably pushing it. All right, here we go. I think I'm okay.
All right, this
Ooh,
dude's
we're
going
not-
to try and finish off the Spaniard before his potion of speed. Does it give you help in your AC too, or no?
I don't know. Let me see.
I'm not trying to
Brings
create
the
any
key.
tension or anything by not rolling this attack. His hand with this massive axe is slowly coming down. You can see the air being cleaved with the strength that he's whipping down this axe at the Spaniard.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if there's anything on the
Oh.
OSE.
Oh, 6. Let me see if that hits.
It's
Come on.
It's sticks into the ground nearby. One on Odessi, the second one on Yule. Odessi is hit. Yule is missed. Odessi stab. 1 point of damage.
Damn, son. All right.
All right, nice job. We are on to round 25 of the fabulous Oslatine flinging ogre battle. Another six.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Like
yeah.
four. Oh, come on.
Oh,
All right, here we go.
On.
Is anyone
There we go.
moving?
Theo is going to move. She's going over here.
What do you reckon, Spaniard? I'm not gonna flee. Maybe we'll just go. We'll go for it.
I think if Rags can move to right here to use a spear from that second rank, he'll do that. But if he's going to get a shot at him by the Ocelotter, he won't.
I think you'll have to withdraw for that, won't you? Because you're moving it.
Who? What are you talking about, Reg?
Yeah.
Yeah, Reg, you'll have to withdraw. But you could attack him right where you were. Oh, but you want to try to get into the second rank. You'd have to withdraw unless you wanted to get a free attack on you.
I don't want that.
Okay.
I think I need to withdraw.
Okay.
Better at
Maybe
shooting
we can
anyway.
all withdraw and flee.
We're so close. Now he's got his magic potion.
I know,
Hey.
but
The Spaniard. I don't know if you guys watched the last video. The Spaniard doesn't flee. That was the bird fight. Do you remember, Gabriel, or no?
I don't remember the first
Yeah,
fight.
you're
Sorry.
like, no, I'm not leaving. You're like, half the party had fled. What happened is like they summoned these swarms of birds that everyone was stuck in the bird swarms, and then you had like the Kenku.
Oh,
The Kenku
Right.
were flying and attacking and throwing these obsidian daggers at everybody, and then there was one of them was a wizard, and he was like casting spells and shit, and they summoned the giant four-winged cyber bird. Yeah,
right.
yeah, it was a pretty
Okay.
badass fight.
that's all.
It's the crazy shit that
Yeah.
happens at Kalmatta.
Now that I'm without the shield, I'm gonna use it kind of two hands. It's a bit damage.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. So
Do the thing.
lightning speed.
Oh,
I meant to say missiles. One missile because Theo's going to throw
Oh
it
yeah,
back.
sorry.
go ahead.
I move so fast. I go
Nice.
for the
Nice.
missiles.
1 damage on this dude in front of Yule.
I have a question.
What is it?
Is there such a thing as a oil flask splash in this game?
I don't remember. I'd have to look it up for this particular rule system.
All right.
So,
Anyway,
yeah,
That dagger was actually enough to kill
Yes.
that guy because he was wounded from the fight previously.
Excellent.
so
can I get a shot at this one in the front without that penalty?
No, because he's
It's just a little dog.
He's in melee.
I'll keep targeting the big thing with my arrows.
Okay,
Okay.
Gabe, how much did you do?
9 and
13?
6, 15.
Damn, son. Jeez.
15 on the first one.
The penalty was only if he wants. He can attack normally, but if he rolls a 1, he'll hit someone else.
And
Hits. So
an
an arrow
attack.
funks into him. What happens to this guy, Gabe?
Max damage, man, and I missed.
Oh, whew. I thought you already nailed him for a shit ton of damage.
His second attack.
Oh, but the
Yeah.
first attack killed him. So why don't you tell me what it
Oh,
looks like
okay.
when it kills him?
Oh.
Okay, so he's going down with his bone axe, and Spaniard swings 2 hands the arm turn battle axe and chops chops the hands, and then goes up his arm, and he's all twitching, burned.
He falls back, his
backward.
mouth sparking as electricity shots around him. You can almost see a skeleton through his translucent skin as he falls back, smoking. With a final breath. All right. Nice.
Holy shit.
Good work.
That was awesome.
Nice.
Good job, Gabriel. All right. Gurn.
Gurn attacks one of the ocelotines.
Missed.
They flee in terror.
Reg will attack with his spear on this creature.
Yule and Odessi can as well.
We will do that. We'll roll 2. The first one is Yule. Second one is Odessi. Oh, they miss in unison.
Is that everyone?
Synchronized missing. Yes.
Synchronized missing.
I reckon
You-
we
you-
could.
Did you do
could,
something, Inyala?
Yeah.
I had to. I
retreated.
withdrew.
All right, Gurn, you can get an attack with the big guy gone. There's no ray that these guys are going to stick. Reg, Yule, and Odessi can attack.
Yes. Oh.
To consider showing them clemency and see if we can gain an ally. Weren't they like captured?
No, they were just fighting. I think out of fear, fighting on the side of the ogre thing.
Did you make all your rolls?
Yep. How
Odessi
fast?
and Reg get one as well. They're very fast.
Very
Goran
fast.
gets an attack though at one of them if he wants it.
Yeah, he missed.
Oh.
Now I think if Anya doubles his speed with a potion,
Oh yeah.
but I don't think it.
Does it affect movement? Well, he gets 2 actions and
Yep,
not just 2
missed.
attacks, right? Can he move twice? Move once and attack? I'd probably
His
roll that way.
His movement increases by 100%, so it doubles.
Is that everyone got an attack that tried?
Yeah, I think I did anyway.
I did.
Yeah, so these guys run off. Hey. Does the Spaniard want to try and capture one, or might be able to run him down?
Throw a javelin. Okay.
I don't know.
You do want to try and kill them as they flee?
Oh no. It's just boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's leave them be scared.
They're like run off. Backs arched. You can see the back part of their tail, hair are all standing on end as they flee into the jungle. Into the jungle.
Jungle love.
Making me mad. It's driving me crazy.
Too bad one died.
Your new pirate name is?
Well done, everybody.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I'm so disappointed we didn't get it to fall into the pit. I almost fell into the pit. Can we check the bodies?
Yeah, of course.
We check the cave.
Yeah, let's get in there.
Pudding. One dropped.
Justin.
Justin?
There we go.
So let's
You guys
see. I
hear me?
fired
All right.
5, so I get 2 back.
here.
Bang, 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 bang.
Be interesting to see what's in that cave.
Also, it is almost 11. So, what do we want to do? Do we want to... You can leave now and freely return home, or we can keep pushing and then we'll randomly roll to see how bad it happens when you try to get back.
Let's just loot the cave. Loot the cave.
Yeah, let's loot the cave and like maybe
Let's loot the
stay
cave.
here.
You
No,
can't
no,
really
no. We're not.
stay. That's not an option.
Yeah. You get lost when that happens. If we can loot the cave,
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a small dungeon.
Oh, we found a dungeon.
Oh
welcome to the
man.
dungeon.
So
Well, then I guess
we'll say
let's
that basically,
loot
I think you guys can tell that there's other creatures in there, and you think that it might be an extensive foray, and you are depleted, perhaps. But this creature does have a bag on its, it's got like he's got like kind of like a big samurai pants on, right? You know what I'm talking about? And then like over his belly, almost like a big belt. What'd you say? Yeah, what are samurai pants called? Like a
Parachute pants. No.
parachute pants. He starts breakdancing in his death. Does the worm. All right. It's got
He's
like
warm food now.
a large circular brass circle with that is like a wide leather belt that's around that, and attached to that is a big sack.
You guys can search the sack if you want.
Let's check it out.
It's a different sack as well. All right.
Check all the sacks.
With my mouth.
As long as it doesn't come with a pink lizard attached.
All right. So basically, in the sack, there's a bunch of different coins and small semi-precious stones equaling 500 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Alright.
Nice.
Well, I guess we should get back so that we can carouse.
Assuming it's that easy.
Nope. I freely said that if you go back now, I'm giving you a bonus, so you're not pushing me deeper into issues. Then I will let you arrive home freely, and we can then check.
Sweet.
How would you feel about us examining the plinth thing on top, or is that moving into the dungeon territory?
Yeah, no, we got to get out of here.
So get out of here, got it.
Yeah, no.
It's 11, so
Yeah.
we did a pretty good job so far.
Good. I would like to, Inyala would like to take the head of the creature, though.
Okay.
You're going to try and chop this dude's head off?
Yeah.
He does have like a ponytail that's strapped back with a massive hair, like on a top knot.
Excellent. It'll be easy to carry.
Oh, yeah. I should put this in too. Where am I
Should
at?
take
And wait.
Holma back for a burial, or are we just gonna bury her here?
Hold
I mean,
on. Yeah.
Or Homer.
We can bury her here.
Mm.
Cover with rocks and with the sword.
Oh, cool. Brass
So-
buckle.
So that buckle that they were using as his like his belt buckle is actually a buckler, and it's magical. So you can have a buckler +1.
Ooh.
So buckler +1 will give you a bonus to your AC, but you can't sunder it. But you can use it with a bow.
Oh, can Yulbatara use that?
Anybody can use it, but you can't sunder with
Can't
it.
sunder it.
But it'll
Yeah.
give you a bonus to your AC, and you can use it with a bow.
Yeah.
Or any other two-handed weapon.
Anything, yeah, two-handed weapon, whatever.
Oh, dude.
All right. There's let's head back to the ship and head back so that we can. I can't see Justin now either. Is this or Crowbar? Where's everyone going? My
I
computer.
can see everybody. It's you, bro.
Yeah, I can see everybody
It's
too.
just me. It's just being on the underside of the planet.
Yeah, I can see Justin either, so it's
I can't see Gabe or Justin.
Yes, Jerry 247. It's a belt buckler.
Very good, Jerry. Very good.
Nice.
Jerry gets the buckler.
He's never
well,
played in a
Habiba
game
Muad-
with me, but I don't know if you guys know it, but he is the editor of Hobbs and Friends now.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Well,
So-
cool. Sweet.
But I've played in a game with him, but I don't think he's ever played in a game I ran before.
Oh, nice.
He's smarter than that.
Will Habiba Muna buy the head?
I don't know. Maybe we'll do that in another session if you guys want to,
Rouse.
or we can do that outside of play as well.
With the brass buckler, I mean, it sounds like people want it. What do we want to do? Do we want to like give it to someone who foregoes a share of the money? That go.
I'm willing to forego my share for the buckler. Yes.
Yeah. So would Yule, because she uses a. She can't use a shield with her battle axe. Like she can, and she sundered her shield this round. This thing, but
You
and
might
she
have
used
to figure out. You might
Yeah.
have to figure out the buckler between.
Yeah.
I think everyone wants the buckler.
Does she has any magical weapon or armor or anything? Magical item?
She has two. She has a potion of water breathing, and then some weird cube that she got once, and some. I think the Canyon of Doors.
Ooh.
Inyala will step out of line for it. Gabe, I know you spent a lot of money on the boat, but I'll let you
Yeah.
figure
Oh
that
yeah,
out.
if you want you spent for the boat, so if you want the buckler, go for it.
The boat was like 2 days worth of spending.
It wasn't that much.
No, it was like 8
Oh,
gold
really?
pieces.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was more expensive than that for some reason.
No.
That was like
No.
124 for some reason.
Oh, you can keep it. Justin.
Full item.
Yeah.
We
So it's 500 split 3 ways. Is that what we're talking about?
All right.
Well, and
So
then there's Thela. Thela gets a share too.
no, Thela gets a share of yours.
Oh, of mine. Yeah, that's right. She gets
So let's do this the correct way. So you got 500 gold, and you have to either give 25% or 10% of it to the guards, the black guard at Sindanor, right? That's
Yes.
the tariff. I'm assuming 10%. So let's do XP first. So you're going to get 500 XP plus 3 hexes. So that's 530 plus location is 630 plus another 100 would be 730 XP per level.
wow.
730?
Yep.
Wow.
Nice.
Say hello to second level Son of Crowbar.
Hey,
Yeah, maybe for Yule too.
Yay.
Even with the sharing.
did Father of Son of Crowbar ever make second level?
Yeah.
All right, okay, we're not there yet.
You haven't surpassed your father yet.
Is that 7?
That bleeps.
Ooh. And you're so close. And he makes it. Yeah, he makes it with a 5%.
Nice. All right. So if you take off 10%, that leaves you got Shit, I don't know where my phone is.
Wait.
I lost my phone
30.
today. But 10% would be what, 50, so 25, so that's 475 divided by 5.
3.
Oh no.
Divide by 3. Right.
No, he doesn't make it. He's almost there. Almost there.
Why is it 3? Oh yeah, because I was
Someone-
counting me.
someone-
I was counting me.
Someone's forgoing the treasure to get the buckler.
So is someone going to do that math? Because I don't have my phone.
It's 475 divided 3. Did you take it, Justin? Just so we're all clear.
I haven't actively taken it right yet.
Oh, you
or-
take it, yeah.
He's
Well,
giving
if
it
you
to
don't take it, Son of Crowbar can take it. Nobody
Hang on a
wants it.
second. My sheet's acting up. Hang on a second. It's doing this thing where it won't go down all the way, and I can't access my.
I get 158.3
I'm gonna have
or
to.
75 divided by 3.
Where is that? Fuel.
Make a roll. Make a reaction roll. Nick.
Oh, yeah.
Thela has 200.
8. No
An
modifier.
8. Yeah, so she will buy it for 300 gold pieces.
Nice.
So you guys have an extra 300 gold pieces, and you can get that in experience, and it won't be taken out by the other guys.
Bam. It on the
Was it
table.
100 each?
Thank you, Habiba Muna.
No.
125 each.
Or 125 each?
No, that's not right. It'd be less than that. 75.
it'd be less than
75 each.
75 XP.
Yeah. And 75 gold.
It's 75 plus 1. What did you say it was? 158.
I think it was 138. Hey, Brian, what was the share of treasure for everyone after the
158.3. It's divided by 3.
It's 233 gold for everyone except the person who got the buckler.
I need to divide some of that up with my henchman. 'Cause she's
Yeah,
gonna
you have to give her a third of your treasure
a
and
third of
your.
what I'm forsaking.
Yeah, so take all that and then. Oh, yeah. So how you're gonna pay? How are you gonna pay her?
How much? Let's see. So I'll just give her the 70, the extra, right?
Okay.
Like the
That's fine.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Or I mean, you could just add it up too if someone can add it up for him. I just don't have my phone, or normally I would do that.
Because how much would it have been? You said it was 238.
No, it's 138 plus 75, which is like
138.
158.3.
You just get the 75 if you're taking the buckler. I think is the go because you gave up your
Yeah, and then I was just going to give.
Well, he's trying to
75,
figure out how
so-
much he has to pay Thela.
Yeah.
sorry.
158 plus 75.
233.
233 divided by 3, right?
It's gonna be
So
77.
77.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were right. It was
So,
almost exactly the 75,
yeah.
man. That's good. That's good. Good work.
So who did end up with the buckler?
You.
Yulbatara. So let me put that on her. That's good because she, I guess, to replace her. So magic, bronze, shield, +1. And I'll mark that.
All right. So was anyone wanting to carouse?
Inyala will carouse for 200 gold pieces as a Reaver.
As a what?
As a Reaver.
As a diva? General carousing or as a thief?
General carousing.
All right.
130, right?
Yeah, roll 1d30.
Okay. Oh, come on.
Nice.
Oh, dear. Well, here comes the next adventure, everybody.
Oh, shit. Do you have any magical items?
No, because I didn't take the bucket.
Perfect. So you succumb to the wine following epic drinking and general debauchery. When you awake, all of your coin and equipment is gone. Likely stolen by last night's only dimly recalled paramour.
Way to party.
Yeah.
No, Jerry, I haven't shared these tables. So basically, unbeknownst to you, I think when the camera spreads away of Inyala awakening in her room, you see a ship and a laughter, and now we all know that Inyala was taken by Rob Blith.
No. Oh. Ron Bliss revenge.
I knew he looked familiar.
You never really got to see him. He was so far away.
This is it. It's on. It's as soon as someone will buy me some stuff. You know, my character in the Forlorn Shores game also has nothing.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, that's what I do. But I get XP, don't I? Right?
Yep. 200 XP. Congratulations.
Oh, well.
Is anyone else, after that wonderful job, is anyone else carousing?
Yeah, the Spaniard is corrosive.
The Spaniard's going to show you how it's done. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hold on. We'll get you in, Son of Crowbar. Roll a D30, Gabriel.
Yeah, he leveled up with all the treasure.
Nice.
It's level 4. Level 4. Okay.
I'll level up as well.
Nice.
He's gonna carouse for like 400.
400?
Yep.
At general carousing? Basically, you can kind of carouse as your basic classes. So you can carouse as a wizard, which means you're kind of trying to hang out with the wizards, or maybe try to get a job as a bodyguard, or you are proselytizing, or or
as a
like
fighter.
as a fighter. Yeah, that's the general carousing. So roll a D30. An 11. That's right in the middle somewhere. I don't even know what that is. It's been so long since I looked at these tables. Oh, shit. Here we go. This makes some sense. All right, roll a D10. A 5. All right. So the wine flowed much too freely last night, and now you're expected to appear for a duel at the watchtower. You pissed off one of the black guards. The guards of Sindanor. Yep. So you got a duel the next time you play. So gather your seconds.
That's not good.
Hey,
I've got a bad experience with the tower. You just get hit by the fishmen every time. All right, Jason, I got a bit excited in the carousing in my anger towards this pirate. I have no equipment, weapons. I got nothing at this point.
Correct.
Right, got it.
You get to pick 3 bits of clothing that you have.
Cool. I'll get thinking.
You're lucky you have your hands.
Be sure one of them covers the pink lizard.
All right, so
I think that's a yellow card, Brian. I think that might be a yellow card.
So all you have to do, Gabriel, is if you appear for the duel, you don't get the XP yet, but if you appear for the duel, you get double XP.
oh, okay.
So just make a note.
Got it.
Gabe, if the Spaniard needs a second, and I need a job.
We may change the location of the duel. I don't think the watchtower isn't that far, so we'll see. But that's something you can muster up, and we'll figure out. All right, I think Crowbar wanted to.
Yep.
Yubatara went up a level. Nice. Brian, did you want to carouse?
Son of Crowbar will carouse for 200 gold pieces.
As a thief?
As a thief.
Thief carousing for 200, Alex. God damn it, Trebek. All right, roll a D30.
Oh. Sure.
Ooh, good. 18. That's a little better, probably.
A good 18.
Probably.
Oh, nice. Nice indeed. All right, so roll a D6.
Sure.
A 3. All right. You spend some time hanging out and learn from the Gilded Lilies, which is the local thieves guild, that a lot of rumors are talking about an Anthrus tower is being built along the northern side of the Plague Bay. Surely they're flush with coin. And they've been talking about a diamond mine.
Ooh.
Is there any more specifics than just the north of Plague Bay, or is that all I can get, or all I can remember? It's more like it.
Let's see here. I'll write it down for you. I'll give you the hex, okay? Or maybe like a 3 or 4 hex area.
Sure.
Nice one.
Very nice.
And you get the 200 XP that you did for.
All right. Thanks, M. Hobbs.
All right. Is anyone else going to carouse?
Yes.
Yes.
For 200.
All right. Yul Bara as a warrior.
Yes.
All right. The general carousing table. 200 Trebek, God damn it. Roll a D30.
All right. So I think that's right.
Oh, nice.
That's
I don't know what
good. The higher, the better in this. Oh, I lost my table. Here it is. I got to go down to the bottom.
Raz
Right.
like Conan.
As above. Let's see. How many XP or how many gold did you spend?
200.
All right, 200 and roll a D16. 5. All right, this is what you get. So you basically caroused like Taganus, the once greatest warrior of all the emergent empires in the known world. So you get 200 XP plus your drinking, carousing, fighting, and ear flicking of everyone around gives you a +1 to breath saves everywhere. Every time. From now on, you get a +1 to dragon breath.
Whoa, cool.
Nice.
Looks like James Richards is taking off. He's sick of your carousing. We'll catch you next time. James Richards, 1979. All right.
That is awesome. Where do I put that? Cool. So 220. So 220, which would be 64.
Is that everybody? Everyone's caroused now?
Dragon.
Hey, it's a young child. Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, can't be a D&D game without. Is that Arthur?
He's
That's Arthur.
muted.
There, I'm back. Oh, he's pulling on my headphones too.
All right, does that wrap it up? Are we all good now? Everyone that's caroused has caroused?
I think so. If that's everybody.
All right. I would like to thank all my players. Good job, people. I will have this up on the YouTubes shortly. And I'll see everyone at the Gamerhood on Tuesday for the Tuesday Nights group. The Lost Lake. Let's see what the guys do in their Hexcrawl in the Surat jungle playing low fantasy gaming. And I got quite a few Hobbs and Friends episodes lined up. Just got to get them done. And other than that, let us leave you all to the dulcet tones of TJ Drennan.
It's a beautiful day in the Gamerhood, a beautiful day for my gamers. Would you be one? Could you be one? Zadabad plunder, but don't despair. This colony's breeding great robbers. Would you be one? Could you be one? If the 80% mortality rate works for you, for a few bucks a month you can sign up and have the Hobbs kill you. So let's make the most of another Sunday. Brew up some coffee and play it my way. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my gamers? Won't you please, please won't you be my gamers?
Bye.